Hello. Hello. Let me just materialize myself into existence. Hello. Hi. Why am I wearing my headphones if I'm not going to be listening to anything today? Hello, everyone. Hello. How are we doing? It's a pleasure to be in front of you again today. Whoa. 2 Cordelia streams in less than a week. That's impressive. Hello. I just finished having lunch. I'm sorry I'm a little late. I was having lunch. I ate a salad while I was watching the latest episode of my anime. And I had to finish my chapter. Yeah, to be honest, I was watching anime, that's why I'm late. Sorry. Well. Hello. Hi. My voice is a little sore. Do I have water? I think I do. Yeah, I do. Okay. Hello. Today I'm going to be needing a lot of water because we're going to be doing lots of reading. So my voice is going to be really sore after this stream. But I'm happy. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I was debating whether to do like creepypasta readings in like ASMR form or in like just a silly stupid live stream. But I think it works better as a live stream, to be honest. I have prepared for us today to read. Let me just transition into a different scene. I've prepared for us to read a grand total of 5 different creepypastas, and we're going to be rating them actually like this. Okay, let me introduce to you the categories in which we're going to be sorting these. What? Hello, am I live? Are we doing good? Okay, I think we're doing good. The live stream kinda died for a second there. Just what I wanted, exactly what I wanted. Let me check if we're live, actually. Whoop. I think I am. Please let me know if we're live. I think I am. Okay, we're back. I'm cool. I don't know what happened to the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi decided to explode for a minute. Let's hope it doesn't do that again. Yeah. Alright, the categories that we're going to be sorting are creepypastas for the evening. And it's not evening, it's actually the afternoon. We're going to be sorting them in 5 categories. We've got actually good, and we're going to be placing those that are actually like pretty good literature, enjoyable literature, and not like trolly stuff, like actually good stuff. Will go in the top tier. Then we've got ironically gold, which will go for those creepypastas that do kind of actually suck if you take them seriously, but are actually kind of goated because they're funny. Then we got made me giggle. Made me giggle will be for those that are kind of like above average. They gotta laugh out of me, and yeah, that's basically it. Then we got average, painfully average, not really good, not really bad, maybe a little scary, not really memorable, and then we got straight up boring stuff. I don't know if I'm going to be putting any of these in there, because most of creepypastas are good. Like, I know a lot of these are good. There's a couple that I haven't read actually, so we're going to be looking into those and seeing if anyone makes it into the boring category, which I doubt, but you know, just in case. Creepypastas were my childhood. They were mine too. I really loved reading well, actually, I haven't actually read a lot of them, but I really liked them. You know, I was kind of like a LARP, I guess. There's a lot of creepypastas that I haven't actually read through because, you know, I was a little kid and I spoke Spanish, and not a lot of these were translated into Spanish. So a lot of the good ones I haven't read. But the more popular ones, yeah, I do have a concept of them. So, how about we... By the way, is everything good? Do you hear me good? I hope you do. Please do let me know. So the first subject for studying that we have in this fine afternoon will be... PAM! Jeff the Killer. Jeff the Killer jump scare. We're gonna be reading Jeff the Killer first, of course, I mean. How could we not? Oh, there we go. We're going to be reading Jeff the Killer first. Let me just pull it up there. Audio is perfect. Thank you for letting me know. I mostly watched videos about them. Same. Of course I watched the, what was it? The Draw My Life creepypastas, but I've never actually sat and read a lot of these. So here we go. Are we ready? Are we ready? Do you have your drinks at hand? Are you ready to get spooked? But not really. Were you one of the weird girls that liked Jeff the Killer? Of course I was. Are you even asking? I actually liked Tiggy Toby. He was my crush. He was my creepypasta crush. But yeah, I was one of the weird girls that actually liked the creepypastas. You know, liked the creepypastas. Yeah. I forgot how long these are. Some of these are actually really long. Some of them are actually kind of short. But we'll see through how many of these we'll make it through. We'll see. Alright, let's get started with Jeff the Killer. Excerpt from a local newspaper. Ominous unknown killer is still at large. After weeks of hold up. I haven't done my warm-ups, so I'm kinda like dumb. After weeks of unexplained murders, the ominous unknown killer is still on the rise. After little evidence has been found, a young boy states that he survived one of the killer's attacks and bravely tells his story. Alright. I had a dream, and I woke up in the middle of the night, says the boy. I saw that, for some reason, the window was open, even though I remember it being closed before I went to bed. I got up and shut it once more. Wow, this kid is actually like really eloquent for a little kid, sure. Afterwards, okay, I simply crawled under my covers and tried to get back to sleep. This is like a private school kid, he knows his words. That's when I had a strange feeling, like someone was watching me. Hold up, wait, pause it. Are the letters too small? Or are we good? I'll make them bigger just in case. Whoop, whoop. There we go. I think that should be better. Alright, let's proceed. Where was I? I simply crawled under my covers and tried to get back to sleep. That's when I had a strange feeling, like someone was watching me. I looked up and nearly jumped out of my bed. There, in the little ray of light, okay, emanating from between my curtains, were a pair of two eyes. What? Wait, so like, what is a pair of two eyes? Isn't like a pair of eyes already two eyes? So this is like four eyes. Okay, Jeff the Killer has four eyes. Good to know. Were a pair of two eyes. These weren't regular eyes. They were dark, ominous eyes. Alright. They were bordered in black and just plain out terrified me. Oh my god. That's when I saw his mouth. A long, horrendous smile that made every hair in my body stand up. The figure stood there watching me. Finally, after what seemed like forever, he said it. A simple phrase, but said in a way only madman could speak. This kid speaks like a war veteran. What's up with him? He said, "Go to sleep." I let out a scream. Ah! That's what sent him at me. He pulled out a knife, aiming at my heart. Oh my god. He jumped on top of my bed. I fought him back. I kicked, I punched, I rolled around, trying to knock him off me. Damn, this kid is putting up a fight. Okay, isn't this like a 9-year-old kid or something? That's when my dad busted in. The man threw the knife. It went into my dad's shoulder. The man probably would have finished him off if one of the neighbors hadn't alerted the police. Oh damn, these are really fast-ass police. Damn. The police system actually works in the Jeff the Killer universe. They drove into the parking lot and ran towards the door. The man turned and ran down the hallway. I heard a smash, like glass breaking. As I came out of my room, I saw the window that was pointing towards the back of my house was broken. I looked out it, okay, to see him vanish into the distance. I can tell you one thing. I will never forget that face. Those cold, evil eyes and that psychotic smile. they will never leave my head. Damn, and the kid took a puff of his cigarette. This Jeff is bad at killing it. He is! If he couldn't take down a 9-year-old kid, I mean, he does kind of fucking suck. Police are still on the look for this man. If you see anyone that fits the description in this story, it's not a story. In any case, it's an anecdote, it's not a story. Or like a testimony, I guess. It's kind of weird to call it a story. Please contact your local police department. Alright, and I think over here it should be like 3 dots. I kind of messed up the formatting, but ignore that, please. Why were the neighbors watching my room? I don't know, maybe just the sound? I don't know. That was epic though. That is a cool ass fucking little kid. Alright, time skip to the past. Jeff and his family had just moved into the neighborhood. His dad had gotten a promotion at work, and they thought it would be best to live in one of those fancy neighborhoods. Alright. Jeff and his brother Liu couldn't complain though. Okay, weird name. A new, better house. What was not to love? As they were getting unpacked, one of their neighbors came by. "Hello," she said. "I'm Barbara. I live across the street from you. Well, I just wanted to introduce myself and introduce my son." She turns around and calls her son over. "Billy, these are the new neighbors." Billy said hi and ran back to play in his yard. Alright. "Well," said Jeff's mom, "I'm Margaret, and this is my husband Peter, and my 2 sons, Jeff and Liu." Why does one of them have like a Chinese name? Isn't Liu like a Chinese name? Alright, creative. They each introduced themselves. It's like a weird name, seeing it written like that. I don't know. Anyway, they each introduced themselves. And then Barbara invited them to her son's birthday. Jeff and his brother were about to object when their mother said that they would love to. When Jeff and his family... Why would they object? It's a birthday party. Oh, come on, dude. You don't know anyone. When their mother said that they would love to. When Jeff and his family are done unpacking, Jeff went up to his mom. "Mom..." Okay, this is my Jeff the Killer voice. "Mom, why would you invite us to some kid's party? If you haven't noticed, I'm not some dumb kid. I'm like 14 or something." "Jeff," said his mother, "we just moved here. We should show that we want to spend time with our neighbors. Now, we're going to that party and that's final! You fucking piece of shit, little kid asshole." Jeff started to talk, but stopped himself, knowing that he couldn't do anything. Whenever his mom said something, it was final. "Yeah, right, just shut up. Shut up, Mom." "Shut up, Mom. I'm not going to some dumb kid's birthday party." Where was I? He walked up to his room and plopped down on his bed. He sat there, looking at his ceiling, when suddenly, he got a weird feeling. Oh my god. Not so much a pain, but a weird feeling. He's getting his first boner. He dismissed it as just some random feeling. Yeah, right, you're starting your puberty, little boy. He heard his mother call him down to get his stuff, and he walked down to get it. The next day, Jeff walked downstairs to get breakfast and got ready for school. As he sat there eating his breakfast, he once again got that feeling. This time it was stronger, that feeling. It gave him a slight tugging pain. Oh god. But he once again dismissed it. As he and Lou... Is it Liu or Lou? How do you pronounce that? Jeff would rather play RuneScape all day instead of socializing. He does kind of sound like that. He gives me that impression. I'm going to pronounce it Liu. Or is it Lou? Lou sounds cooler, so I'll say Lou. As he and Lou finished breakfast, they walked down to the bus stop. They sat there waiting for the bus, and then all of a sudden, some kid on a skateboard jumped over them, only inches above their laps. Damn, fucking sick-ass ollie, bro. They both jumped back in surprise. Hey, what the hell? The kid landed and turned back to them. He kicked his skateboard up and caught it with his hands. The kid seemed to be about 12, 1 year younger than Jeff. Okay, so Jeff is 13. Ew. He wears an Aeropostale shirt, I don't know what that is, and ripped blue jeans. Fucking cool. I think pronouncing it the Spanish way is the closest, yeah. Like Liu? Alright, but Lou sounds cooler. Well. It looks like we got some fresh meat. Suddenly, the two 2 other kids appeared. One was super skinny and the other was huge. Well, since you're new here, I'd like to introduce ourselves. Over there is Keith. Jeff and Lou looked over to the skinny kid. He had a dopey face that you would expect a sidekick to have, Siegfried. And he is Troy. He looked over at the fat kid. Talk about a tub of lord. Alright, narrator, what the fuck do you have against this kid? This kid looked like he hadn't exercised since he was crawling. Damn! Alright, fucking mean, but sure. And I, said the first kid, am Randy. Now, for all the kids in the neighborhood, there is a small prize for bus fare, if you catch my drift. Damn, alright, though, we got the fucking mafia over here. Lou stood up, ready to punch the lights out of the kids. Damn. When one of his friends pulled a knife on him. Alright, okay, this is getting real. Tusk, fucking Tusk. I'd hoped you would be more cooperative, but it seems we must do this the hard way. The kid pulled up to Lou and took his wallet out of his pocket. Jeff got that feeling again. Now it was truly strong, a burning sensation. He stood up, but Lou gestured him to sit the fuck down, Jeff. Jeff ignored him and walked up to the kid. Listen here, you little punk. Give back my bro's wallet or else. Randy put the wallet in his pocket and pulled out his fucking knife. Oh yeah? And what will you do? Just as he finished the sentence, Jeff popped the kid in the nose. Damn, Jeff, go for it! As Randy reached for his face, Jeff grabbed the kid's wrist and broke it. Alright, okay. Alright, supernatural human strength. Like, come on, what is that? Jeff grabbed the kid's wrist and broke it. How hard it is to break someone's wrist? Is it hard? Could a 13-year-old kid do it? That's sick. Alright. Randy screamed, and Jeff grabbed the knife from his hand. Troy and Keith rushed Jeff, but Jeff was too quick. He threw Randy to the ground. Keith lashed out at him, but Jeff ducked and stabbed him in the arm. Damn, Jeff! Chill out! Chill the fuck out, Jeff. Keith dropped his knife and fell to the ground screaming. I mean, fair, if someone was kind of like threatening me with a knife, I would try to stab him as well. Like, he's justified in his violence, but damn, Jeff. Keith dropped his knife and fell to the ground screaming. Troy rushed him too, but Jeff, which one was Troy? Was Troy the fat one? I think so. Troy rushed him too, but Jeff didn't even need the knife. He's just so cool like that. He just punched Troy straight in the stomach and Troy went down. As he fell, he puked all over. Damn, okay, we got puke mentions? Damn, give me a trigger warning. Lou could do nothing but look in amazement at Jeff. Damn. Jeff! How do... That was all he said. They saw the bus coming. I knew they'd be blamed for the whole thing. Well, yeah. You kinda did destroy those 3 little kids. Of course you're going to be blamed for the whole thing. I mean, sure, they attacked you first, but you almost killed them. Now where are the police? Damn right, where are the police when we need them the most? So they started running as fast as they could. As they ran, they looked back and saw the bus driving rushing over to Randy and the others. As Jeff and Leo made it to school... Wait, they went to school? They murdered 3 kids and they went back to school? Okay. They are dedicated to their studies. They didn't dare tell what happened. All they did was sit and listen. Leo just thought of what his brother Wait, what? Leo just thought of that as his brother beating up a few kids. Is that right? Is that right? Leo just thought of that as his brother beating up a few kids. I think that's right, okay. But Jeff knew it was more. Wait, what do you mean it was more? How more can it be? You beat up 3 kids. It was something scary. Yeah, dude, you stabbed a kid! And you broke a kid's wrist! What do you mean? Of course this is fucking serious. As he got that feeling, he felt how powerful it was. Oh my god, this is just some kid's power fantasy. As he got that feeling, he felt how powerful it was. The urge to just hurt someone. He didn't like how it sounded, but he couldn't help feeling happy. He felt that strange feeling go away and stay away for the entire day of school. He's dedicated to his study. I got lost. Where was I? The school. Even as he walked, I cannot read. Even as he walked home due to the whole thing near the bus stop. Wait, what? Even as he walked home due to the whole thing near the bus stop and how now he probably wouldn't be taking the bus anymore, he felt happy. What? Am I getting a stroke? What the fuck am I reading? Even as he walked home due to the whole thing near the bus stop and how now he probably wouldn't be taking the bus anymore, he felt happy. Am I just ESL or is this terribly spelled and written? Well, not spelled, but it's like the grammar is hurting my brain. Somehow a freshly awoke 9-year-old is stronger than Jeff. Yeah. I mean, he can break a kid's wrist and stab another kid and punch a kid in the stomach so hard that it pukes, but he cannot beat a 9-year-old kid. Okay. Even as he walked home due to the whole thing near the bus stop and how he probably wouldn't be taking the bus anymore, he felt happy. Sure. When he got home, his parents asked him how his day was, and he said, in a somewhat ominous voice, "It was a wonderful day." Bling! Sparkles. Next morning, he heard a knock at his front door. He walked down to find 2 police officers at the door. Alright, okay, it took him a whole day. Last time it took him like 10 minutes to get to the crime scene. Now it took them a whole day. His mother looking back at him with an angry look. Oh damn, Jeff is fucked. It's grammatically correct, but it's a mouthful. It sure is. It's very tough to read. But I love it. That just makes it better. I mean, you don't want your creepypastas to have like perfect spelling, perfect grammar. That just doesn't make them fun. And I think a creepypasta is worth more if it's memorable and kinda dumb than if it's actually scary. Let's get back to it. Jeff, these police officers tells me what? These police officers tell me that you attacked 3 kids. That it wasn't regular fighting. And that they were stabbed! Stabbed, son! Jeff's gaze fell to the floor. Oh no, my gaze. It fell to the floor. Alright. Showing his mother that it was true. I need water. Mom, they were the ones who pulled the knives on me and Lou. I just broke their wrist, stabbed them and punched them in the gut. It didn't do much. Son, said one of the cops, we found 3 kids. 2 stabbed. Wait, he stabbed 2 of them? No, wait, actually, no, he didn't stab 2 of them. Am I just dumb? I'm not going back, but didn't he just stab 1 of them? Anyway, let's just imagine he stabbed 2 of the kids. We found 3 kids, 2 stabbed, 1 having a bruise in his stomach, and we have witnesses proving that you fled the scene. Now, what does that tell us? Jeff knew it was no use. He could say him and Lou had been attacked, but then there was no proof it was not them who attacked first. They couldn't say that they weren't fleeing, because truth be told, they were. Yeah, you were fleeing the crime scene, Jeff. So Jeff couldn't defend himself or Lou. Son, call down your brother. Jeff couldn't do it, since it was him who beat up all the kids. Sir, it was me. I was the one who beat up the kids. Lou tried to hold me back, but he couldn't stop me. I forgot about Jeff's voice. I forgot my voice acting. My voice acting is getting weak. The cop looked at his partner, and they both nod. Well, kid, looks like a year in juvie. All right. They are taking him straight to juvie. They are picking him up from his house and taking him straight to juvie. Like, no courthouse, no judge, no nothing, no sentence, just straight to juvie, dude. Wait, says Lou. They looked up to see him holding a knife. Oh my god. The officers pulled their guns and locked them on Lou. Oh my god, they're pulling their guns on a kid. This is the most American read I've ever read. Crazy. It was me. I beat up those little punks. Have the marks to prove it. He lifted up his sleeves to reveal cuts and bruises, as if he was in a struggle. A year for assault? Yeah, but it's, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know. This is crazy. Where am I? Son, just put the knife down, said the officer. Lou held it. It's such a funny image. Like a kid, like I don't know, how old is Lou? Like 11 or something? Holding up a knife and two police officers pointing their guns at him. Like, come on, dude. Disarm the kid. Just, I don't know, punch him in the face. He'll drop it. You don't need to pull out the gun. Lou held up the knife and dropped it to the ground. He put his hands up and walked to the cops. Alright, okay. No, Lou, it was me. I did it. Jeff had tears running down his face. Huh. Poor bro. Trying to take the blame for what I did. Oh my god. Well, take me away, officers. The police led Lou out to the patrol car. Alright, okay, it's Lou. It's decided. We're not going to hell like a proper judgment. We're just going to be, yeah, sure, it's this one, whatever. Take him to juvie. Lou, tell them it was me. Tell them. I am the one who beat up those kids. Jeff's mother put her hands on his shoulders. Jeff, please. You don't have to lie. We know it's Lou. You can stop. You would never do such a thing. Lou, on the other hand, I hate that punk. Take him away. Like, okay, we're all so convinced that it was Lou. We have no evidence. Where is the evidence? Jeff watched helplessly as the cop car speeds off with Lou inside. Alright. A few minutes later, Jeff's dad pulled into the driveway, seeing Jeff's face and knowing something was wrong. Son, what is it? Jeff couldn't answer. His vocal cords were strained from crying and from doing that weird dumb emo voice. Instead, Jeff's mother walked his father inside to break the bad news to him. Break the bad news to him? Dude, they took your kid to juvie! As Jeff wept in the driveway. Oh my god, I almost choked a man's pet. I should have really warmed up before this. It's getting kind of hot in here, actually. Not even talking to the parents? Not even talking to the parents, no nothing. Like, come on dude, get in the car. We're taking you to juvie. Where are we? Where am I? His vocal cords were strained from crying. Instead, Jeff's mother walked his father inside to break the bad news to him as Jeff wept in the driveway. After an hour or so, Jeff walked back into the house. Oh my god. After an hour or so, Jeff walked back into the house, seeing that his parents were both shocked, sad, and disappointed. He couldn't... They should be like... Alright, dude, these are the worst parents ever. Like, you just let two police officers take your kid away. No evidence, no nothing, no courthouse, no nothing. Take him away. I believe you, cops. Take him away. He couldn't look at them. He couldn't see how they thought of Lou when it was his fault. He just went to sleep. Oh, foreshadowing. He just went to sleep, trying to get the whole thing off his mind. 2 days went by, with no words from Lou at JDC. What is JDC? Juvenile Detention Center? Okay, that makes sense. With no word from Lou at JDC. No friends to hang out with. Dude, he doesn't have any friends? No wonder. No wonder. No friends to hang out with. Nothing but sadness and guilt were at his lowest. That is, until Saturday, when Jeff is woke up by his mother with a happy, sunshiny face. Jeff, it's the day, she said as she opened up the curtains and let light flood into his room. Wait, what's today? Asked Jeff as he stirs awake. Why, it's Billy's party. He was now fully awake. I love how his mother is just so fucking happy that a random kid from their neighborhood is having their birthday party when her literal child was taken to JDC like 2 days ago. That is fucking hilarious. Mom, you're joking, right? They took my brother to fucking JDC. I'm not going to some dumb kid's birthday party. You don't expect me to go to some kid's party after... There was a long pause. Jeff, we both know what happened. I think this party could be the thing that brings up the past days. Now get dressed! Jeff's mother walked out of the room and downstairs to get ready herself. He fought himself to get up. He picked up a random shirt and pair of jeans and walked downstairs. He saw his mother and father all dressed up. His mother in a dress and his father in a suit. What kind of fancy-ass kid birthday party is this, dude? What do you mean they're in a dress and suit? He thought why they would wear such fancy clothes to a kid party. Damn right! Why are they wearing such fancy clothes to a kid's party? Son, is that all you're going to wear? Said Jeff's mom. Better than wearing too much, he said. Why does he sound like Sonic? Formal-ass kid party, damn right. He said. His mother pushed down the feeling to yell at him and hid it with a smile. Now, Jeff, we may be overdressed, but this is how you go if you want to make an impression. No, actually, people will think you're weird, said his father. Oh, that was his father, sorry. Is this the first line his dad gets? Oh no, he actually said like, son, what happened before? This is a second line on the whole thing. Said his father. Jeff grunted and went back to his room. I don't have any fancy clothes. I only have Sonic the Hedgehog merchandise, he yelled downstairs. Just pick something, called his mother. He looked around his closet for what he would call fancy. He found a pair of black dress pants. Oh, dapper. So dapper. He had for special occasions and an undershirt. He couldn't find a shirt to go with it though. Why does he have pants? Like fancy dress pants. And not a shirt to go with it. That's kind of weird. I think like when you buy them together. Why do you have one and not the other, Jeff? What's up with that? Tell your parents to buy you some clothes. Jesus. A Sonic impression is everyone's go-to edgy voice. Yeah, you're right. It's a very fun voice to make. It's like a mix between Sonic the Hedgehog and Ash Ketchum. I'm going to destroy my voice for this, but I'm having fun. He couldn't find a shirt to go with it though. He looked around and found only a striped and patterned shirts. None of which go with dress pants because of course Jeff the Killer knows about etiquette. He of course knows that a dress pants doesn't go with a striped shirt, I guess. Finally he found a white hoodie and put it on. What the fuck? That looks terrible, dude. You look like a dumbass. Thank you so much, CMC, for the 5. Thank you. He finally put on a white hoodie and put it on. This is like Spider-Man put it on his suit. Like he's wearing the thing. Where are the Converse? You're wearing that? They both said. I mean, justified reaction. He looks kind of ridiculous. They both said. His mother looked at her watch. No time to change, let's just go. You can go around, make a good impression, looking fucking ridiculous, sure. She said as she herded Jeff and his father out the door. They crossed the street over to Barbara and Billy's house. That is such an American household name, Barbara and Billy. Wow. I'm getting cultured. They knocked on the door, and it appeared that Barbara, just like his parents, way overdressed. As they walked inside, all Jeff could see were adults, no kids. The kids are out in the yard. 18 naked cowboys out in the yard. Jeff, how about you go and meet some of them, said Barbara. Jeff walked outside to a yard full of kids. They were running around in weird cowboy costumes and shooting. Why did I pronounce costumes like that? Costumes. Oh my god. What's happening to my English? They were running around in weird cowboy costumes and shooting each other with plastic guns. He might as well be standing in a Toys R Us. Damn, these American references. Suddenly, a kid came up to him and handed him a toy gun and hat. Hey, you wanna play? Hey, you wanna play? He said. No kid. I'm way too old for all this stuff. I'm like a 13. Hi, Cordy. Hello. Why did I wave in real life? You cannot see my hands. Alright. No kid. I'm way too old for this stuff. The kid looked at him with that weird puppy dog face. Please, said the kid. Please. Oh my god, the fucking please, said the kid. fine, said Jeff. He put on the hat and started to pretend shoot at the kids. Damn, this is fun. Shooting at kids, damn fun. At first he thought it was totally ridiculous. But then he started to actually have fun, shooting at kids, yay! It might not have been super cool, but it was the first time he had done something that took his mind off of Lou. So he played with the kids for a while, until he heard a noise. A noise! Oh my god! A noise! Okay, he heard a noise, an undescriptive noise, a weird, rolling noise, what the fuck? Then it hit him. Randy, Troy, and Keith all jumped over the fence on their skateboards. Damn! Sick ollie, dude! So how do you jump over a fence with a skateboard? Jeff dropped the fade gun and ripped off the hat. Randy looked at Jeff with a burning hatred. Hello, Jeff. Is it? He said. We have some unfinished business. Jeff saw his bruised nose. I think we're even. I beat the crap out of you, and you get my brother sent to JDC. Randy got an angry look in his eyes. Oh no, I don't go for even. I go for winning! Fantastic fucking, oh my fucking god, fantastic line. I don't go for even, I go for winning! Oh my god, I'm going to use this in my daily life. That is such a fucking amazing line. This kid and his one-liners. Oh my fucking god, bravo. I don't go for even, I go for winning. You may have kicked our asses that one day, but not today. As he said that, Randy rushed at Jeff. They both fell to the ground. Randy punched Jeff in the nose, and Jeff grabbed him by the ears and head-butted him. Damn. Absolute cinema. Jeff pushed Randy off him, and both rose to their feet. Kids were screaming, and parents were running out of the house. Troy and Keith both pulled guns out of their alright, fucking guns. Okay, we got guns. We got guns. Kids with guns. Actually, it sounds kind of average. Troy and Keith both pulled guns out of their pockets. God, I love America. No one interrupts or guts will fly! I love this kid! I love this kid! I love fucking Randy. No one interrupts or guts will fly, they said. Wait, they all said at the same time? Damn, they are coordinated. Randy pulled a knife on Jeff and stabbed it into his shoulder. Nice. Jeff screamed and fell to his knees. Randy started kicking him in the face. Okay, while he's kneeling down? Okay. After 3 kicks, Jeff grabs his foot and twists it. Why did he wait for 3 kicks to land on his face for him to actually do something? Alright. Grabs his foot and twists it, causing Randy to fall to the ground. Jeff stood up and walked towards the back door. Wait, actually. Okay, wait. I had a weird premonition for a moment that something was fucked up in my stream, but we're all good. Anyway, let's go on. Going around, just walk towards the back door. Troy grabbed him. Need some help? He picks Jeff up at the back of his collar and throws him through the patio door. Damn, these kids are strong as fuck. Where the hell are the parents, dude? Come on, they have guns, and they told them if anyone intervenes, guts will fly. So, like, they can't do anything because kids with guns. And throws him through the patio door. As Jeff tries to stand, he is kicked down to the ground. Randy repeatedly starts kicking Jeff. More kicking, damn. This kid really loves kicking. Until he starts to cough up blood. Come on, Jeff, fight me! He picks Jeff up and throws him into the kitchen. Damn, Jeff must be like 20 kilograms because these kids are just tossing him around like a ragdoll. Randy sees a bottle of vodka on the counter and smashes the glass over Jeff's head. Fight! He throws Jeff back into the living room. Sorry, am I screaming too much? I'm getting way too into this. Come on, Jeff, look at me. Okay, damn, that's intimate. Jeff glances up, his face riddled with blood. I was the one who got your brother sent to JDC. And now you're just gonna sit here and let him rot in there. Wait, what? And now you're just gonna sit here and let him rot in there for a whole year. You should be ashamed. Jeff starts to get up. This is like peak villainous monologue that he's doing here. Oh my god. Jeff starts to get up. Oh, finally, you stand up and fight. Get more into it, Cordy. Thank you, thank you. I just hope I'm not blowing your ears out. Alright. Oh, finally, you stand up and fight. Jeff is now to his feet. Blood and vodka on his face. Once again, that must burn actually. That must really burn. Once again, he gets that strange feeling. The one in which Once again, he gets that strange feeling. The one in which he hasn't felt for a while. Okay, I'm not ESL. Well, I am, but like, this is not because I'm ESL. This is actually like terrible grammar. Okay. Finally, he's up, says Randy, and runs at Jeff. That's when it happens. Oh my god, what happens? Something inside Jeff snaps. His psyche is destroyed. All rational thinking is gone. All he can do is kill. Fire. Fire. Explosions. This is the coolest fucking shit I've ever read. He grabs Randy and pile drives him to the ground. He gets on top of him and punches him straight in the heart. The punch... Oh my... No. The punch causes Randy's heart to stop. Did this kid just punch a kid in the chest and give him a heart attack? From a fucking punch on the chest? This is absolute cinema. Oh my fucking god. He gets on top of him and punches him straight in the heart? The punch causes Randy's heart to stop! I love you, Jeff the Killer. I love you, Jeff the Killer. This is the best fucking read ever. Thank you, Ronan, for the 5. Thank you. Gotta get ready for work. Gonna turn off the computer and move you to my phone. Thank you. Have a good day at work. Go get ready. Go have fun at work. Go get your money. Thank you. Yeah. Alright. The punch causes Randy's heart to stop. This is absolutely fucking fantastic. That is absolutely fucking fantastic. I'm not even kidding you. Like, oh my god, who could have thought? Who could have thought of this legendary situation? This is absolute cinema. Anyway, as Randy gasps for breath, wait, actually, can you do that? Can you actually do that? Like, is that physically possible to punch someone in the heart and give him a heart attack? I guess you can. Anyway, as Randy gasps for breath, how is he gasping for breath if his heart stopped? Can people do that? Or do you like die instantly? I don't know, I never gave anyone a heart attack. Not yet. Jeff hammers down on him. Jeff, stop! He's already dead! You already punched him! Punch-induced heart attack. Punch after punch, blood gushes from Randy's body until he takes one final breath and dies. Oh my god. Absolute kino, absolute cinema right here. Super rare, I don't know the name of it. I will look that up later because... Oh my god. That is fantastic. It's the hammer first technique. Fuck. It can cause a heart stop. Oh, nice. Or kickstart it if it stopped. Yeah, I knew you could do that. I knew you could like revive someone with a punch, but I guess it does make sense. That's fucking fantastic. I'm so hyped. Concussive force directed at the heart can cause arrhythmia, which can lead to heart failure. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for the nice fact. Let's continue. Let's see how he beats up the other two kids. Everyone is looking at Jeff now. Yeah, well... Wouldn't you have thought they were already all looking at him? Like, damn, this kid is getting thrown around, getting vodka bottles thrown on him, punched into the ground. You would think everyone was already looking, but I guess some people were too distracted by the TV or something. Everyone is looking at Jeff now. The parents, the crying kids, even Troy and Keith. Although they easily break from their gaze and point their guns at Jeff. Jeff sees the guns trained on him. Is that right? trained in him? Okay. And runs for the stairs. As he runs, Troy and Keith let out fire on him! Each shot missing! Yeah, they fucking suck. Damn right. Or Jeff's too fast. Jeff is impossible to hit with a gun. He's just too fast. Like Sonic the Hedgehog. That's why he sounds like him. Jeff runs up the stairs. He hears Troy and Keith follow up behind. As they let out their final rounds of bullets, Jeff ducks into the bathroom. How do you duck into the... Never mind. He grabs the towel rack and rips it off the wall. Damn, alright. Troy and Keith race in, knives ready. Troy swings his knife at Jeff, who backs away and bangs the towel rack into Troy's face. Troy goes down hard, and now all that's left is Keith. Wait, did he die? Did he die from a towel rack to the face? Alright, Jeff. Jesus. Troy goes down hard, and now all that's left is Keith. He is more agile than Troy though, because Troy's the fat one, and Keith is the skinny one. And ducks when Jeff swings the towel rack. He dropped the knife and Why did he drop the knife? Is he fucking dumb? He dropped the knife and grabbed Jeff by the neck. He pushed him into the wall and kissed him. No, I'm just kidding. A thing of bleach! Damn right, a thing of bleach. A thing of bleach fell down on top of him from the top shelf. It burned both of them. Ah, it burns! And they both started to scream. Wait, I mean, I get that it hurts Jeff because Jeff has open wounds at this point. But Troy is pretty, like, he doesn't have any, like, wounds, open wounds, right? Nobody hit him yet. So why is it burning him? Bleach shouldn't hurt if it touches your skin. Anyway, maybe it got into his eyes or something, I don't know. Cordelia Fujoshi confirmed. I thought we all knew this. Anyway, Jeff wiped his eyes as best. Okay, yeah, we're here. Jeff wiped his eyes as best as he could. He pulled back the towel rack and swung it straight into Keith's head. As he laid there, bleeding to death. Alright, he like broke his collar or something, damn. As he like, you would think the towel rack would bend before it broke someone's head or like hit someone hard enough in the head to kill them. But alright. Bleeding to death, he let out an ominous smile. How do you you cannot let out a smile. You let out a laugh in any case. What the fuck is letting out an ominous smile? Alright. What's so funny? Asked Jeff. Keith pulled out a lighter and switched it on. Oh my fucking god, it's happening. What's funny, he said, is that you're covered in bleach. You're too, what do you mean? Is that you're covered in bleach and alcohol. Jeff's eyes widened as Keith threw the lighter at him. Oh my god, I added like 3 H's in there. And widened as Keith threw the lighter at him. As soon as the flame made contact with them, the flames ignited the alcohol in the vodka. While the alcohol burned him, the bleach bleached. What do you mean? What do you mean the bleach bleached his skin? Alright. The bleach bleached his skin, and the fire fired his skin. Jeff let out a terrible screech as he caught on fire. He tried to roll out the fire. Oh, he knows. He knows to like duck and roll. Okay, he's educated in that sense. He tried to roll out the fire, but it was no use. I mean, he's rolling in the floor, and the floor probably has bleach on it. Because the thing of bleach fell on them. So it's just getting more bleach on him, you fucking dumbass. I need water. The alcohol had made him a walking inferno. That's fire. Fire literature. He ran down the hall and fell down the stairs. Okay, you ran down the hall, you fall down the stairs. Everybody started screaming. Wouldn't you think they were already all screaming since the kids were murdering each other? Anyway, they are all now screaming. Not when the kids pulled out the guns, not when they were stabbing each other. They only started screaming when a kid is burning to death. Everybody started screaming as they saw Jeff, now a man on fire. I also, parentheses, I love how they call him a man. Like, they always call Jeff a man when he's a 13-year-old kid. That is not a man, that is a kid. But alright. Now a man on fire, dropped to the ground, nearly dead. Nearly. Half burned to death, but not dead. The last thing Jeff saw... Okay, he had his eyes open. Okay. The last thing Jeff saw was his mother and the other parents trying to extinguish the flame. That's when he passed out. Fantastic. Adults doing nothing, by the way. Well, they had guns. The kid had guns. I wouldn't do anything either. The kids have guns. Let them duke it out. Kids, you know how kids are? Just let them fight. They will sleep better at night afterwards. When Jeff woke, he had a cast wrapped around his face. A cast? Okay. When Jeff woke, he had a cast wrapped around his face. He couldn't see anything, but he felt a cast on his shoulder. What? Wait. Oh, right, he got... They don't put you a cast if you're stabbed. Is that right? They put you in a cast when you have like a broken bone or something. Why did they put a cast on his head and on his shoulder? He didn't break his shoulder. Am I right on this? Anyway. And stitches all over his body. He tried to stand up, but he realized that there was some tube in his arm. And when he tried to get up, it fell out. And the nurse rushed in. No, it's not right. Thank you. Thank you for validating me. I don't think he can get out of bed yet, she said, as she put him back in his bed and reinserted the tube. Jeff sat there, with no vision, no idea of what his surroundings were. Finally, after hours, he heard his mother. After hours? Bitch took hours to get here. We were together at the birthday party. What do you mean she took hours to go see his son? His burned victim of a son. Alright. Honey, are you okay? She asked. Are you okay? I fucking hate this woman. What do you mean, are you okay? He's fucking half burned to death. He has more holes than... I cannot think of an analogy. What do you mean, are you okay, son? Anyway. Honey, are you okay? She asked. Jeff couldn't answer, though. His face was covered, and he was unable to speak. Oh, honey, I have great news. After all the witnesses told the police that Randy confessed of trying to attack you, they decided to let Oh, right! He fucking screamed it! He screamed it at the top of his lungs before getting killed. That's right. Oh my god, he confessed. Of trying to attack you, they decided to let Lou go. I mean, pause. Okay, sure, Randy started the fight, but that doesn't negate the fact that whether it was Lou or Jeff, one of them stabbed the kids, broke their wrist, and punched them in the stomach so hard that they puked. Like, they would still have to go to juvie, you would think. Like, it doesn't change the fact that they did it, whoever started the fight, right? Anyway. They decided to let Lou go. This made Jeff almost bolt up, but he couldn't because he's in a cast, I guess, stopping halfway, remembering the tube coming out of his arm. He'll be out by I love how they say the tube coming out of his arm. There is a proper word for that, isn't there? It's not just a tube, dude. It has a name. He'll be out by tomorrow, and then you two will be together again. Yay! You're disabled now, but yay! Your brother is out! Jeff's mother hugs Jeff. Okay, Jeff's mother hugs Jeff and says why is she leaving? Why is she leaving? Why is she leaving her half-dead son at the hospital alone? Alright. Self-defense would probably favor Jeff and Lou. I mean, you think... I think, like, you know, stabbing a kid, breaking another kid's wrist is a little, like, too much self-defense. I think, I don't know, I'm not a judge. Let's hope for the best. Wait, no. What? Where am I? 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 I lost myself. Jeff's hugs my ancestor goodbyes. Okay, yeah, she's leaving her son at the hospital alone after he just half died. The next couple of weeks were those where Jeff was... What? The next couple of weeks were those where Jeff was visited by his family. Sure. They came the day where his bandages were to be removed. Wait, we don't get, like, a nice scene where Jeff and Lou reunite? We don't get that? Okay. Whatever. We don't need that. His family were all there to see it. I mean, why would we establish a relationship between our two main characters? Why would we do that? Why would we give them a nice moment together? Who needs that? His family were all there to see it. What he would look like. As the doctors unwrapped the bandages from Jeff's face, everyone was on the edge of their seats. They waited until the last bandage holding the cover over his face was almost removed. Let's hope for the best. Oh my fucking god, said the doctor. What a fucking asshole! What do you mean, let's hope for the best? Oh my god, what a fucking asshole. That is an asshole move. What do you mean, let's hope for the best, doc? Anyway, he quickly pulls the cloth, like a magician, you know, pulling the cloth off of a table, you know, like that. He quickly pulls the cloth, letting the rest fall from Jeff's face. Jeff's mother screams, alright, bitch, what the fuck? What do you mean you scream at the sight of his face? I hate this woman. Lou and no wonder he turns out to be a serial killer, this bitch sucks. Lou and Jeff's dad stare awestruck at his face. What happened to my no wait, emo voice. What happened to my face? Jeff said. He rushed out of bed and ran to the bathroom. He looked in the mirror and saw the cause of the distress. His face, it was horrible. His lips were burnt to a deep shade of red. That sounds kinda nice. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but a deep shade of red for your lips, that's actually kinda nice. You know, people put lipstick on, Jeff already has it. His face was turned into a pure white color. A face turned into a pure white... Your face turned into a color? Okay. And his hair is singed. I actually don't know what that word... Singed? From brown to black. Okay. Homemade hair dye. Throw bleach on your hair and ignite yourself on fire. He slowly put his hand to his face. Dramatic. It had a sort of leathery feel to it now. Ew. He looked back at his family, then back at the mirror. Jeff, said Lou. It's not that bad! Fuck you. Fuck you, Lou. Actually, fuck you. Like burned. Thank you. I imagine it must have meant something like that. It's a cool word. Singed. It's nice. It feels nice in the mouth. Not that bad. Not that bad, said Jeff. It's perfect. His family were equally surprised. Jeff started laughing uncontrollably. His parents noticed that his left eye and hand were twitching. Ah! He went fucking nuts. Jeff? Are you okay? What the fuck? Okay? I've never felt more happy. Look at me. My face goes perfectly with me. Oh my fucking god. Chill out. Give him morphine or something. He couldn't stop laughing. He stroked his face, feeling it. Looking at it in the mirror. What caused this? Well, you may recall that when Jeff was fighting Randy, something in his mind, his sanity, we may recall. Something in his mind, his sanity, snapped. Now he was left as a crazy killing machine, that is, his parents didn't know. What the fuck? What the fuck? Dolphin what, you do not like my maniacal laugh? I'm sorry you don't enjoy it. Doctor, said Jeff's mom. "Doctor, is my son all right?" "You know, in the head. Is he fucking, like, what the fuck happened to him? Too much morphine? What the hell's wrong with this thing?" "Oh yes, this behavior is typical for patients that have taken very large amounts of painkillers." "Oh, you think? Oh, you think?" "If his behavior doesn't change in a few weeks, bring him back here and we'll give him a psychological test." "Alright, I mean, he needs fucking therapy for a really long time after what just happened to him, but sure." "Oh, thank you, doctor." Jeff's mother went over to Jeff. "Jeff, sweetie, it's time to go." "Oh, he's leaving? Okay." Jeff looks away from the mirror, his face still formed into a crazy smile. "Okay, mommy." What the fuck? What the fuck, mommy? Okay, mommy. What the fuck is this writing? What the fuck happened to him? His mother took him by the shoulder and took him to get his clothes. "Let's get you dressed up, honey." "This is what came in," said the lady at the desk. Jeff's... Oh my god, my throat is actually killing me. Maybe I shouldn't do Sonic's voice for Jeff. But like, it's so fun. "This is what came in," said the lady at the desk. Jeff's mom looked down to see the black dress, pants, and white hoodie her son wore. Now they were clean of blood and now stitched together. Oh, they cleaned and fixed his clothes? Oh, that's nice. I mean, Jeff's mother doesn't give a fuck about her son and didn't bring him any fresh clothes, so sure, let's put him back in the clothes that he was assaulted in. Sure, whatever. Jeff's mother led him to his room and made him put his clothes on. Then they left, not knowing that this was their final day of life. Oh my god. Later that night, Jeff's mother woke to a sound coming from the bathroom. Oh, we're almost at the end. Jeff's mother woke up to a sound coming from the bathroom. It sounded as if someone was crying. She slowly walked over to see what it was. When she looked into the bathroom, she saw a horrendous sight. Jeff had taken a knife and carved a smile into his cheeks. Oh my fucking god, it's happening. "Jeff, what are you doing?" asked his mother. Jeff looked over to his mother. "I couldn't keep smiling, Mommy. It hurt after a while. Now I can smile forever." That's so dumb. That's actually a dumber voice that I was giving him before. "I couldn't help smiling, Mommy. It hurt after a while. Now I can smile forever." Jeff's mother noticed his eyes ringed in black. He took her eyeliner. "Jeff, your eyes." His eyes were seemingly never closing. "I couldn't see my face. I got tired of my eyes started to close. I burnt out the eyelids so I could forever see myself. My new face." Oh my god. Jeff's mother slowly started to back away, seeing that her son was going insane. Okay. "What's wrong, Mommy? Aren't I beautiful?" "Yes, son," she said. "Yes, you are. Let me go get Daddy so he can see your face. Get the gun." She ran into the room and shook Jeff's dad from his sleep. "Honey, get the gun." Oh my god, she actually told him to get the gun. "Honey, get the gun. We have to shoot our son." She stopped as she saw Jeff in the doorway, holding a knife. "Mommy, you lied." That's the last thing they hear as Jeff rushes them with a knife, gutting both of them. His mother, Lou... What? His mother? His brother Lou woke up, startled by some noise. He didn't hear anything else, so he just... What do you mean he didn't hear the sound of his parents getting gutted? He didn't hear anything else, so he just shut his eyes and tried to go back to sleep. As he was on the border of slumber, he got the strangest feeling that someone was watching him. He looked up before Jeff's hand covered his mouth. He slowly raised the knife, ready to plunge it into Liu. Liu, so inconsistent with the reading of Liu. Liu thrashed here and there, not much, just a little bit. Liu thrashed here and there, trying to escape Jeff's grip. Shh, Jeff said, just go to sleep. That was absolutely fantastic. That was... If someone, like... If I had to make someone read a creepypasta, if someone came up and asked me, hey, what creepypasta should I read? I want to get into it. This is the epitome of what the creepypasta genre has for the world. This was absolutely fantastic. Not actually good. Like, it was so dumb, so poorly written, but it's so fantastic for what a creepypasta needs to be. It was absolutely fantastic. Let me just pull up the tier list and drop this little guy straight into the ironically gold, because oh my god, that was peak cinema. Exactly, that was fan-fucking-tastic. Bravo! This is the most this genre has to offer. Genuinely, this is so good. I think, like, my opinion with creepypastas is that creepypastas don't necessarily need to be well written. As long as, like, it needs to be memorable. I think that's what a creepypasta needs to be. It doesn't need to be good, it needs to be memorable. And it needs to stick with you. And this story is absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. Top tier creepypasta. Not actually good, but oh my god, so ironically gold. Fan-fucking-tastic. Bravo. Bravo to whatever 15-year-old kid wrote this. Bravo. Bravo. Genuinely, so good. So good. Alright, before we get into the next one, I need to go to the bathroom. And I need to go get more water, because if I keep doing these dumb voices, I am going to die if I don't have water with me. So I'll be right back in just a second. I'll be right back. Yeah. I hit my desk. And I almost dropped everything on it. I'm back. Pee tank is empty, water bottle is full. Let's get on to our next subject, shall we? Cordelia's gonna go get Jeff the Killed. No, I'm okay. In any case, I am going to do the Jeff the Killing. Vanilla chocolate? Oh my god, chocolate. Vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry ice cream? Chocolate, but if I have more options, dulce de leche ice cream. Because I'm Argentinian. If you didn't know, hi, I'm Argentinian. I feel like I talk about this every single stream. I feel like I talk about my Argentinianism every single stream. What sells, sells. I don't like vanilla ice cream because I don't like fake flavored ice cream. Like fruit ice cream, I don't really like it because I don't like the flake flavor in. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I think the writing of Jeff the Killer is getting to my head because I cannot pronounce a word. Kamiyoshi would never get Jeff the Killed. No, she does the Jeff the Killing. Cordelia the Killer. Name Cordelia, surname the Killer. Even your hair is silver. That's how Argentinian you are. Oh, that's right. That's right. That sounds about right. Yeah. I never thought about that. In case for the uncultured, Argentina, the name comes from like I don't remember exactly what it means, but it's like silver something. We get our name from silver, and that's why my hair is silver. I'm just that Argentinian. You do talk about being Argentinian every stream, and I enjoy it every time. I love talking about my Argentiniosity. Can we read Jane the Killer? Well. Interesting that you ask that because it is on the... It is on our list. It is on our list of just... It is not just female, Jeff. You have not read Jane the Killer. It is actually... We'll get to it. But for now, we have... Tachan! Sonic.exe. Oh my god, I'm going to have so much fun with this one. I'm going to enjoy this one so much because if there was ever a dumb creepypasta, this is it. Like, Jeff actually tries to be scary. Sonic.exe is like... Oh my god. How many do we have today? We have 5. I am not sure if I'm going to be able to get to all of them because we're an hour and a quarter in and we only read one. I mean, Sonic.exe is our next kind of long one. And then the other 3 are actually kind of short, I think. Hopefully we'll get through them all. And if we don't, well, I'll just have to make more streams reading creepypastas. Oh my god, what a shame. Poor little old me, I have to read more creepypastas. Oh my god, I'm spoiling the end. Here we go. Sonic.exe. Are we already? It's not that long, I mean... About as long as Jeff the Killer, I think. Yeah, they are about the same length. So let's hope I can get through this one a little quicker. Alright, let me just adjust my chair a little bit. Alright. Sonic.exe, Cordelia.exe. Fucking great. Alright, I'm so excited for this. I'm a total Sonic the Hedgehog fan. Yeah, okay, OBS looking good. I'm a total Sonic the Hedgehog fan, much like everyone else. Much like the whole rest of the world, I am a Sonic the Hedgehog fan. Of course, we're all here Sonic the Hedgehog fans, of course. I like the newer games, but I don't mind playing the classics. I don't think I've ever played glitchy or hacked games before, though I don't think I want to play any after the experience I had, ... It started on a nice summer afternoon. I was playing Sonic Unleashed instead of enjoying that nice summer afternoon outside. I was inside, playing Sonic Unleashed. I liked how you get to explore the towns in it. Thank you for letting us know. Until I noticed, out of my peripheral vision, that the mailman had arrived and put something in my mailbox as usual and left. Yeah, you would expect the mailman to usually leave stuff in your mailbox. Alright. I paused my game to go see what I got in the mail. The only thing in the mailbox was a CD case for computers and a note. Oh no, okay, I'm just dumb, I'm just dyslexic. I read I look it inside. It says I took it inside. I looked at the note first and realized it was from my dear friend Kyle. Let's just call him that. Okay, let's just call him that. We don't know his real name. We're just calling him that. Let's call him Kyle, whom I hadn't heard from in 2 weeks. I know that because I recognized his handwriting. Though what was weird is how it looked. It looked badly written and scratchy and somewhat difficult to read. Oh my god, if Jeff the Killer had terrible grammar, this is like horrendous grammar. As if Kyle was having a hard time writing it down and did it in a hurry. This is what he wrote, ... Tom, I can't take it anymore. I had to get rid of this thing somehow before it was too late, and I was hoping you would do it for me. Do it yourself? What? I can't do it. He's after me. And if you don't destroy the city, he'll come after you too. He's too fast for me. He's too fast. Oh my god, foreshadowing. Who could it be? Please, Tom, destroy this godforsaken desk before he comes after you too. It is too late for me. Destroy the desk, and you'll destroy him. But do it quick, otherwise he'll catch you. Do it quick because he's very fast. Don't even play the game. It's what he wants. Just destroy it. Please, Kyle. What? Okay, he recognized the letter was from Kyle, but it was actually signed by Kyle. You didn't need to look at the... Anyway. Well, that was certainly weird. Even though Kyle is my best friend and I haven't seen him in 2 weeks, I didn't do what he asked me. Okay, asshole. I didn't think that was a simple gaming I didn't think that a simple gaming disc would do anything bad to him. After all, it's just a game, right? Boy, was I wrong about that. Anyway, all caps, anyway, I looked at the disc, and it looked like any ordinary CD-R disc, except it had black marker on it written Sonic.exe. Okay, you were talking about no grammar problems? Here we go. Example number 1. Except it had black marker on it written Sonic.exe. I don't think that's quite right. And it was much unlike Kyle's handwriting, meaning that he must have gotten it from someone else, like a pawn shop or eBay. When I saw Sonic on the writing of the CD, I was actually excited. Damn, a Sonic free Sonic game. I was actually excited and wanted to play it since I am a big Sonic fan. He's a big Sonic fan, guys. I went up to my room and turned on my computer and put the disc in and installed the... Okay, wait, am I just dumb and I don't know CD stuff? Because to be honest, I haven't ever played a CD computer game. You have to install games that come on CDs. Isn't it just like a PlayStation where you put the CD and you run the thing? You have to install them. Anyway, let me know, old people in the chat, how do CD video games work? When the title screen popped up, I noticed that it was the first Sonic game. I was like, awesome! Because like I said earlier, I liked the classics. The first thing I noticed was the first thing I noticed that was out of place was when I pressed start. Let's run it back. The first thing I noticed that was out of place was when I pressed start. I think that's correct. I don't know much about grammar, but it feels weird. This sentence. Not at the time you had to install the game. Oh really? I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that. I thought it was like you know, like a console. You just put the CD and it runs. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it actually makes sense, you know? Okay, thank you. Thank you, old people in the chat, for letting us know. For letting us uneducated younger generations know. The first thing I noticed was that was out of place. Damn it, I am so dyslexic. I'm not actually, but Oh my god, I'm having a hard time. The first thing I noticed that was out of place was when I pressed start. There was a split second when I saw the title image turned into something much different, something that I now consider horrifying before cutting to black. Alright. I remember that what the image looked like in that split second before the game cut to black. The sky had darkened. The title emblem was rusted and ruined. The Sega numbers 1991 was now instead Sega 666, and the water had turned red like blood, except it looked hyper-realistic. Oh my god, here we go with the hyper-realistic stuff. But the freakiest thing that was in that split second frame was Sonic. His eyes were pitch black and bleeding with two glowing red dots staring right at me, and his smile had stretched wider up to the edge of his face. It was rather disturbed. I was rather disturbed about that image when I saw it, though I figured that it was just a glitch and forgot about it. After it cut to black, it stayed like that for about 10 seconds or so. And then, another weird thing happened. The save file select from Sonic the Hedgehog 3 popped up. And I was like, what the fuck? What's this doing in the first Sonic game? This is the freakiest thing of all right now. We're playing the first Sonic the Hedgehog, and we've got the save file select from Sonic the Hedgehog 3? Fucking what the fuck is going on? Anyway. What the fuck? What's this doing in the first Sonic game? Anyway. I love people that write how they talk. I love that. Anyway, then I noticed something off. The background was the dark, cloudy sky from the Bad Stardust Speedway level from Sonic CD. I have not played Sonic games. I don't know what the fuck this means. And there were only 3 save files. The music was that creepy Caverns of Winter music from Earthbound. I haven't played Earthbound either. Only it was extended and seemed to have been in reverse. And the image for the save file where you see a preview of the level you were on is just red static for all 3 files. Alright. My capability of understanding the English language is rapidly deteriorating. What freaked me out more was the character select. It showed only Tails, Knuckles, and to my surprise, Dr. Robotnik! Exclamation mark. Now I was sure that something was up. Only now he's sure that something is up. Only now. Not when he saw bloody Sonic on the bloody background with his eyes dark red and the hyper-realistic blood. No. Only now. He is sure that something is up because he can select Dr. Robotnik. Alright. I mean, how can you play as Robotnik in a classic Sonic game, for crying out loud? I love this nerd. That's when I realized that this wasn't a glitchy game. It was a hacked game! Dun dun dun! It's a hacked game, guys. Oh my fucking god. New stream idea, Cordy plays every Sonic game. I mean, unlike this protagonist, unlike the narrator of this story, I am not a Sonic the Hedgehog fan. So, I don't know if I'd play them. Maybe I like the classics. I mean, we'll discuss this on a later occasion. Yeah, it definitely looked hacked. It was really creepy, but as a smart gamer, I wasn't scared. This is what I say every time I open a horror game. As a smart gamer, I am not scared. Or at least I try not to be. Alright. I told myself that it was just a hacked game and there's nothing wrong with that. Well, yeah, there is something wrong with that. It's a hacked game. Anyways, shaking off the creeped out feeling, I picked file 1 and chose Tails, and when I selected and got started. What? Anyways, shaking off the creeped out feeling, I picked file 1 and chose Tails, and when I selected and got started. I am not just having a stroke. This is actually, it's not just me. I know I suck at reading, but it's not just me. as an intelligent individual, as an intelligent gamer. This reads like a Discord more. Like a Discord. No, not a Discord. A Reddit mod. This reads like a Reddit mod. Damn, I cannot speak for crying out loud. The game froze for about 5 seconds, and I heard a creepy pixelated laugh. Ha ha ha. That sounded an awful lot like that Kafka guy from Final Fantasy before. This is like the greatest crossover. Sonic.exe is the greatest crossover of all time. We got Sonic 3 stuff, we got stuff from Earthbound, we got Final Fantasy stuff. It's crossover madness. A lot like that Kafka guy from Final Fantasy before cutting to black. Right. The screen stayed black for about 10 seconds or more. Wait, is it 10 seconds or is it more? Anyway, then it showed the typical level title thing. Sure. Except the simplistic shapes were different shades of red and the text showed only Hell, Act 1. The screen faded in and the level title vanished, revealing Tails in the Green Hills zone from Sonic 1. The music was different though. It sounded like a peaceful melody in reverse. Okay, this dude has the capability of recognizing melodies in reverse. He hears a sound reversed and he can recognize it as a peaceful melody. Alright, you got quite an ear there. Anyway, how many fucking times is he going to say anyway? He literally writes like how I speak, with just like sticking anyway every 2 sentences. Anyway, I started playing and had Tails start running like you would in any of the classic Sonic games. What was odd? We've had like 10,000 odd things thus far. Why does he keep saying that? What was odd? What was weird? The strange thing, like, we had Bloody Sonic at the beginning. You don't need to keep specifying that things are weird. We know that things are weird. We know that it's a hack game. Okay? Hacked game. What was odd was that Tails was running along the level. There was nothing but flat ground and a few trees for 5 minutes. That was when the peaceful music started to lower down. How does he know it's peaceful music if it's reversed? The peaceful music started to lower down into slow, deep tones very slowly as I kept going. Sure. I suddenly saw something. I opened my eyes. What the fuck? I suddenly saw something and I stopped to see what it was. It was one of the small animals. What small animals? What the hell? Is this some Sonic thing? I don't know. What small animals? It was one of the small animals lying dead on the ground bleeding. That was when the music started to slow down. Thank you for clarifying. Tails had a shocked and saddened look on his face that he never saw him have before. So I had him move along. Keep going, Tails. And he kept that worried look on his face. Poor fucking Tails. As he kept moving, I saw more dead animals as Tails moved past them, looking more and more worried as the music lowers and he moves past more dead animals. Oh my god, dead animals! I was shocked to see how they all died. They looked like somebody killed them in rather gruesome ways. A squirrel was hanged on a tree with what appeared to be his entrails hanging out. Oh my god. Great pixel art. A bunny had all 4 of his limbs torn off. Oh my god! And a dog had his eyes gouged out and his throat slit. Oh my fucking Jesus Christ. I felt sick to my stomach when I saw this massacre, and apparently so did Tails. Okay. After a few more seconds, there were no more animals and the music seemed to have stopped. I still kept Tails to continue. Nice. I still kept Tails to continue. That's right. After a minute passed... What? After a minute passed after the music stopped, Tails was running up a hill. Oh my god, I have that one song stuck in my head. And if only could, and we deal with God, and I'd get him to swap our places. And if only could, How does it go? Running up the hill, been running up that building. Anyway. After a minute passed after the music stopped, Tails was running up a hill and then he stopped. It wasn't until I saw why. Sonic was there on the other side of the screen with his back against Tails with his eyes closed. Sure. Tails looked happy to see Sonic, but then his smile faltered, obviously noticing that Sonic wasn't responding to him, if not acting as if he was totally oblivious to Tails' presence. Tails walked slowly towards Sonic, and I noticed that I wasn't even moving my keyboard to make him move, so this had to have been a cutscene. Thank you. Thank you for letting us know that this was a cutscene. I wouldn't have realized. Suddenly, I began to have a growing feel of dread. Only now you're having a fear of dread? A feel of dread? Sure. Suddenly I began to have a growing feel of dread as Tails walked closer to Sonic to get his attention. I felt that Tails was in danger and something bad was going to happen. I heard faint static growing louder as Tails was but inches away from Sonic and stopped and stuck his hand out to touch him. Oh, don't touch him. That foreboding feeling in my gut was growing stronger, and I felt the urge to tell Tails to get away from Sonic as the static grew louder. Sure, sure, whatever you say. Suddenly, every single sentence starts with suddenly. Suddenly, in a split second, I saw Sonic's eyes open and they were black with those red glowing dots. Just like that title image, though there wasn't a smile. When that happened, the screen turned black and the static sound was off. This would have been so much better if you just edited some footage, you know? This feels like this guy wanted to make like an edited video, but didn't know how to edit videos, so he just chose to write it instead, even though he doesn't know how to write either. This is what it feels like. It stayed black for about 7 seconds. And then white text appeared forming a message saying, "Hello, do you want to play with me?" Oh, actually, "Hello, do you want to play with me?" That's my Sonic impression. Oh my god, my voice, what's happening? At this point, I was creeped out. You've been creeped out this whole time. What do you mean at this point I was creeped out? I didn't want to continue with the game, but my curiosity got the better of me when I was taken to a different level with the level title now reading Hide and Seek. Jeff sounds a lot like... Sonic sounds a lot like Jeff. Well, have you ever seen Jeff the Killer and Sonic the Hedgehog in the same room at the same time? I don't think so. This time, I was in the Angel Island level from Sonic 3. Because, sure, I know what that looks like. And it looked like everything was on fire. Much like Jeff the Killer. Tails looked as though he was scared out of his wits this time. He actually looked at me. Oh my god, he's breaking the fourth wall, and made frantic gestures to me as if he wanted to get out of the area he was in as fast as possible. I was starting to get freaked out by this. Dude, you've been oh my god, it's making me so mad actually. You've been freaked out this whole time. What do you mean you're starting to feel creeped out? Anyway. I mean, Tails was actually breaking the fourth wall! The scariest thing of all, trying to tell me to get him out of there. So, I pressed down on the arrow key as hard as I could and made him run as fast as he could. Why don't you just close the game? A pixelated version of that creepy theme when you meet Shadow at the Arca's robe. What? A pixelated version of that creepy theme. What is a pixelated version of a sound? Don't you mean bed crushed? Anyway, a pixelated version of that creepy theme when you meet Shadow at the Arca's Robotnik from SA2. What the fuck is SA2? Sonic Adventures? Sonic Adventures 2, that's right. Was playing as made Tails trek down the desolate forest, trying to help him escape from whatever he was trying to run from. Suddenly, I heard that creepy laugh again. That awful Kefka laugh. Right after 10 seconds have passed as I helped Tails run through the forest. And then I started seeing flashes of Sonic popping everywhere on the screen. Again with those black and red eyes. The creepiest colors of them all. Black and red. This is a hard read if you don't know Sonic Ball. Yeah, I'm having a hard time immersing myself because I don't know what the Kafka laugh is, and I don't know what the pixelated version of the creepy theme when you meet Shadow at the Ark is Robotnik from Sonic Adventures 2. I don't know what that is. So I'm having a hard time immersing myself in this story. The music changed to that suspenseful, drowning jingle. Huh? As I see Sonic behind Tails, slowly gaining up on him, flying! Sonic doesn't fly! Sonic wasn't running, he was actually flying! Oh my fucking god, this dude is so impressed! He's fucking Sonic the fucking Hedgehog! Fucking flying? What do you mean? The flying pose his sprite was making looked very similar to Metal Sonic's flying pose in Sonic CD. Oh my fucking god. This dude, just make an edit, bro. Just open DaVinci Resolve and learn how to use it. Why did this have to be a written story? Why couldn't you just made a video? Except it was just Sonic and he had the black and red eyes again. Only. This time, he had the most deranged looking grin on his face. He looked as though he was enjoying the torment he was giving the poor little fox as he gained up on him. Oh my god, the poor little fox. Suddenly, when Tails tripped. Tails tripped. Another cutscene. The music stopped and Sonic vanished. Tails laid there and started crying for 15 seconds. So specific. 15 seconds. He cried for 15 seconds. The scene was rather upsetting. Oh my god, I am rather upset by this display of grief. What the fuck? To watch. It was rather upsetting to watch. And I kind of teared up myself. Oh my god, this is so fucking emotional. Like, oh my god, fucking Tails! Oh my fucking god, this is so traumatic. But then Sonic appeared right in front of Tails and Tails looked up in horror. Blood started to come down those blackened eyes of Sonic's. And the grin slowly grew from his face and he looked down at the horrified fox. I could do nothing but watch. And damn right, you're playing a fucking video game. Do you know what he could do? Do you know what he could do to get himself out of this upsetting situation? Is to close the motherfucking game. Fucking close the damn thing, brother. Just in a split second, Sonic lunged at Tails right before the screen went black. There was a loud screeching noise that only lasted 5 seconds. He has a chronometer. He has his watch on hand all the time, measuring all these intervals of things happening. So he can go, okay, that scream, that lasted 5 seconds. That cry, that lasted 15 seconds. Like, oh my god, this guy and his clock. He's always looking at his watch to make sure he gets the time of things right. Text returned only this time. It said, "You're too slow. Want to try again?" And then that god-awful laugh came with it. Ha ha ha. I'm so pissed. I'm having so much fun, but I'm so fucking irked by how this is written. I was so shocked by what had happened. Did Sonic murder Tails? No. He couldn't have! He and Tails were supposed to be best friends, right? Why did Sonic do that to him? Oh my fucking god, why? Why would Sonic do that? Why would Sonic do that? Why would Sonic do that? Oh my fucking god. I shook the shock. Okay. I shook the shock. I don't know, but this is so funny to me. I shook the shock off as I was brought back to the character select. The save file that I had Tails was different. Tails was no longer in the box itself, but in the TV screen itself. Someone get me out of this. Someone please make it end. which was flickering with that red static. Tails' expression scared me. His eyes were black and bleeding. His orange fur had gone black, and he had an expression of anguish on his face. Trying to ignore it, I picked Knuckles. What do you mean trying to ignore it? Tails is fucking dead! Trying to ignore it, I picked Knuckles next. Oh, we're not even halfway through. We're not even halfway through. Oh my god. I'm sweating. This is, oh my god. The laugh came again, and the laugh again, then the screen cut to black, and the laugh, and the Kafka, and the music from Sonic and Shadow again, and stayed there for another 10 seconds! This time the level said, "You can't run!" I was really freaked out by now. I'm genuinely about to break something. And you know what's the funniest thing of all this is that I know the ending, and I know I have the author's note at the end of this. And just knowing what that says is getting me so excited to get to the ending of this. I hope you're excited. I hope you're just as excited as I am. Alright, I was really freaked out by now. By now, I was freaked out. I couldn't really tell if it was a glitch or a hack or we know it's a hack, you said it was a hack! Or some kind of sick, twisted joke. Or anything, really. What? But despite my fear of what happened next, I kept what? But despite my fear of what happened next, I kept playing. He can see into the future. Cool. The next level looked much different. It had the ground and the scrap brain zone. Oh my god, but the sky background looked like the main menu. It had dark reddish cloudy sky, but it was the music that creeped me out the most. It sounded like what the fuck is this word? Gigas. Gigas theme, sure. Right after you beat Pokey in Earthbound, sure. I also noticed that Knuckles looked to Fred just like Tails did, but not as much. More rather, he looked a little unnerved. Oh, he's just a little unnerved, not like Tails. Tails is fucking pissing his pants. Knuckles, he's chill. He broke the fourth wall, just like Tails, and looked as if he wasn't sure what was going on. But I made him move anyway. Sure. He ran down straight pushway in this dark level, and as he did, the screen started to flicker red static a couple of times, and that maddening laugh came again. Ugh. After a few seconds of running, I noticed several bloodstains on the metallic ground. I felt a growing sense of fear, again thinking something horrible is going to happen to Knuckles. He looked nauseated walking down this blood-stained road, but I kept him going. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. This guy might be stupid and a masochist. Yeah, I think he's just stupid. Or maybe he just loves Sonic that much. Suddenly as Knuckles ran, Sonic appeared right in front of him with those black and red eyes, And then red static appeared again, and then the static vanished, showing nothing but black screen but text saying, "Found you!" I was now scared. He is now scared. He's only now scared. I'm crashing out! Sonic found Knuckles already? What was going on? I'm having a Anyway, take a shot, guys. Take a shot every single time he says suddenly, and single time he says anyway. You're going to get turned. I'm losing it. I'm genuinely losing it. The red static came again, and I was back to the level. Knuckles looked like he was panicking, and Sonic was nowhere to be found. And this time, that high-pitched squealing from the Silent Hill 1! Okay, introducing Silent Hill elements. Final boss was playing. Was this some kind of boss battle with Sonic? Hello? I hope to God it wasn't, honestly. Jesus fucking Christ. Suddenly... I'm going to actually scream. I'm actually going to slap myself across the face every single time he says suddenly. So hopefully I will have a concussion before this ends. Because I want to keep reading, but it is so overwhelming to read. There were 9 suddenly as 6 anyways. Fucking God. And there's more, and we're only halfway there. Suddenly, Sonic appeared right behind Knuckles in what appeared to be a pixelated black smoke, and I made Knuckles turn and then punch Sonic, but Sonic vanished in black pixelated smoke. You already said that. Before I could even land a hit, the terrible laugh went off again. The terrible laugh. Then Sonic appeared behind Knuckles again, and then I made him punch again, and Sonic vanished again, laughing. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god. I need to get my feelings in order. I'm actually stressed out. Knuckles was panicking even more. And even I felt like I was going crazy. I am too. Sonic was partially playing with us. Partially. Not fully, only partially. He was playing a sick, twisted little mind game with me and Knuckles. ... I'm having a stroke. Another cutscene played. Was Knuckles. I haven't even processed anything that went on with Knuckles until now. Because I'm generally like so... I'm out. I'm just reading words. I don't understand what's happening in the story anymore. Another cutscene played, and Knuckles fell to his knees and clutched his head, sobbing. Oh my fucking god. I felt his agony. Sonic was actually driving us both crazy. He's driving us three crazy. And then in a split second... Oh my god, he didn't say suddenly. And then in a split second, Sonic lunged at Knuckles and the screen went black with another distorted screeching noise that lasted for at least 3 seconds. Take a shot every single time this guy mentions a very specific period of time. Like 3 seconds, 15 seconds, 5 seconds. He has his watch forever in front of his face just so he can measure this shit. Another text message appeared. I'm sorry. So many souls to play with. So little time. Wouldn't you agree? What the hell? ... Just what was going on? I tried to think Sonic was actually trying to talk to me through the game, but I was so scared to think that... Oh my god. I was brought back to the main menu, and this time, the second file box had Knuckles in the TV screen. His red fur had darkened to a reddish gray. Okay. His dreadlocks were dripping. Dreadlocks? Does Knuckles... Do people call Knuckles spikes dreadlocks? Aren't they spikes? Like Sonic's? Cool, I like it. His dreadlocks were dripping with blood and his eyes were black and bleeding too. And he had a look of sadness on his face. Oh my god, I'm so sad. I began to think that those were the actual characters trapped in those TV screens on the save files, but I couldn't believe it. ... I didn't want to believe it. Oh my god. I never see any mention of them being dreadlocks. I mean, I know people had canon Knuckles as being black, and I'm totally with that, but he's still a hedgehog. Well, and echidna. And they have spikes. So they would be spikes. He doesn't have hair. Anyway. So I shut off the game and took a break. Oh my god. Thank god. Thank god he took a break. I took a nap. I took a nap. Oh my god, that was so traumatic. I need to go sleep. Here are spines, but people call them dreads. Cool, I like that. I took a nap. Wish I hadn't. Why? Why? They actually are officially called dreadlocks. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I took a nap. Wish I hadn't. Cause. I then began to have the most disturbing nightmare. I was in pitch black darkness, though I was under the light given off by a lamp that hung high above my head. So you're not in pitch black darkness, because there's a light. I could hear the cries of Knuckles and Tails nearby. They were saying stuff like, "Help us!" and "Why did you give us to him?" and "Run away before he gets to you too." That's my Tails impression. I'm having a hard time. Their cries died out as they heard Sonic laugh. Wahaha, his laugh, which isn't his. It sounded a lot like that distorted Kafka laugh. We know, dude. We know it sounds like the Kafka laugh. You've said it 15 times already. We know. You're a lot of fun to play with, kid. Just like your friend Kyle. Though he didn't last long. God. I was scared and looking around for the source of the voice.
It won't be long now until you join him and all my other friends.
I saw him. Well, I'm actually getting lightheaded. I saw him walking toward me, flickering in and out in several directions.
You can't run, kid. You're in my world now, just like the others.
I need to take a break. This is very much like reading The King in Yellow. Like, I feel like I'm actually going nuts. Like, I think reading this is actually making me go insane. When he grabbed me, and I saw his bleeding black and red-eyed, grinning face, I woke up with a fright. After a couple of hours, I decided to continue playing the game because of course he did. I don't know why, but I had to know. I had to figure out why this was happening. So I turned on the computer, turned on the game, and selected Robotnik next. Okay, the point of this was to make the reader go insane all along. I mean, if that was actually what was intended, this is fucking brilliant. Take a break, Cordy, you're losing it. I'm fine. Let's all take a deep breath, okay? Let's just all take a deep breath before I actually fucking lose it. Alright. You know, I actually get a little lightheaded when I do the Sonic voice because it takes up so much breath and it actually makes me a little lightheaded. But I won't stop doing it, not until I faint. I'm just kidding. I'm okay. I'm just exaggerating. I'm fine. We're all fine, okay? The world is good. There's actually good literature out there. We don't need to get triggered by Sonic.exe. Okay? We're good. Let's reel it back. We're fine. Let's continue. I still thought that was wacky, playing as Robotnik. So wacky. But anyway, I literally say I'll take a break, I'll take it lightly, and then he drops the anyway. And I feel like I'm actually getting triggered. The Sonic in Yellow. But anyway, the level title appeared again, and this time it said "da da da," which I found really freaky. I hate this guy. I hate this guy so much. I hate this guy. This time, I was in some kind of hallway. It didn't really look like it was from any of the classic Sonic games, though it had the pixelated style. Oh my god, original artwork. The floor was shiny and checkered. The walls were dark grayish purple with animated candlelights, and a few dark bloodstains here and there. And there was a dark red curtain hanging above on the top part of the screen. Sure, every 12 seconds or so, that red curtain sways very slowly. What? But whenever you're playing the game, you can barely see it move. Then how do you notice? He's that smart of a gamer. He notices these little details because he's that smart of a gamer. The music was oddly pleasant. A piano playing a rather sad yet peaceful song, but I knew better. This was the song that played in Hill Act 1. Only it wasn't in reverse. Oh, he recognized it. He recognized it as the same song. He has quite the talented ear. He's very musically talented, this guy. Robotnik didn't look entirely nervous like Tails or Knuckles did, but he did have a suspicious look on his face, as he was just a bit paranoid. I'm not sure you can be a bit paranoid. Being paranoid is like... In any case, you're anxious? Sure, he was a bit paranoid. Sure, dude. He did a little animation when I just left him standing. He turns his head to the left and then to the right, at least twice, and then shrugs at me. as if he has no idea where he was or what was going on. Robotnik's like, I don't know, dude, what the fuck's... I don't know where I am. Do you know where I am? What the fuck's going on? Anyway. Even though I was scared out of my mind, at least he didn't say he was starting to get scared. At this point, we're already scared. He finally solidified his feelings. He is scared. Oh my god. I was scared out of my mind about what was going to happen. I had Robotnik continue onward. You fucking masochistic piece of shit. He's sadistic. Like, he keeps leading these cartoon characters to their deaths instead of just turning off the thing. He did his usual running animation. You know, when you've beaten him at the end of a classic Sonic game and you chase him. You know, guys. We all know it. Of course we do. We all know it. As we continued going through the hallway. We all know that animation. We've all played Sonic because we're all Sonic fans. Much like everyone else. Then, I stopped at a long flight of stairs leading downward. Now, I was nervous. Weren't you scared out of your shit 2 seconds ago? Now you're just nervous? Even Robotnik seemed unsure of himself, though I pressed onward. As I led Robotnik down the stairs, I noticed that the walls have gone darker and more reddish. The red torches are now eerie blue. I think they would be eerier if they were red. But sure. Whatever. Then we landed onto another hallway. This one was longer than the last one. Okay. Or at least it felt like it. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He knows about time. About time intervals. He can like process those perfectly. Like he can recognize 12 seconds from 11 seconds. But he cannot recognize if one passage, if one hallway is longer than the other. But he can feel it. Sure! Fucking sure! And then we headed down another flight of stairs down. This one was much longer. Took at least 1 full minute. It was longer because it took a whole minute. God. And then I heard that horrid Kafka laugh! That Kafka laugh. The Kafka laugh. The Kafka laugh. We all know it. Again, and then the music slowly faded until it was quiet. And it did. The walls turned more dark red and the torches were a black flame now. Sure. When Robotnik landed onto the third hallway... Landed? Was he falling down the stairs? I noticed he now looked really creeped out, though he tried to hide it. Oh my god, he's scared because stairs. I couldn't blame him. I was scared too. Ugh. Suddenly... Okay, actually, I'll give it to him. I will give it to him. He hasn't said suddenly in like a really long time, okay? It's been a while. It's been a while since he said suddenly. I will give that to him. Suddenly. Sonic popped right in front of Robotnik the same way he did Knuckles, and then red static. Okay? The red static lasted for about 15 seconds. 15 seconds, just one 15 second. And then it showed me a most unpleasant image. ... The image showed a hyper-realistic of Sonic. Standing in the darkness where you can only see his face while his head and torso faded into black. And when I say hyper-realistic, I mean like, he looked so real, you could actually see the lines in his blue fur. Aren't they spikes? As if you could actually feel the fur if you touched the screen. Oh my fucking god. RTX Sonic. He doesn't have fur. Does Sonic have fur? Like, is that what people call it? Would it be spikes? Sure. His face. Oh god. He had the most horrifying smile I had ever seen. Sure. He saw Sonic from the movie trailer. He was warning us. He was warning us about Sonic movie trailer. He has fur. But he's a hedgehog. Hedgehogs don't have Hedgehogs don't have fur, they have spikes. Sure, I won't argue with the Sonic fandom. And that's saying something, considering I saw that image at the start of the game. Sure. His eyes were wide and black and red static, and once again crying blood, which also looked hyper-realistic! Of course it did, of course it did, of course the blood was hyper-realistic, and there were 2 small glowing red dots in those black eyes staring back at me, as if it was staring into my mind. His grin was wide and demonic, it literally stretched to the sides of his face, you know, like smiles do. Like a Cheshire, is it Cheshire cat. Sure, except Sonic had fangs. Very sharp fangs, oh my god, so creepy. Much like the werehog's teeth, except more vicious looking. Ugh. Cordelia's eyes are red and black too. Oh my fucking god, I am Cordelia.exe. Oh my god! Fear me, for I am God. Somewhat yellowish, and from the look of it, oh my god, brush your teeth, dude. He had stains of blood and small bits of flesh on his lips and fangs as if he ate some animal. Thank you for letting me know, I wouldn't have assumed that. Oh my god. I stared at the gruesome image for about 30 seconds. 30. Not more, not less. Never taking my eyes off it. I felt as if he was actually looking. I can see Kafka here, and I'm getting triggered. I haven't even gotten to this line, and I already feel stressed out. I feel as if he was actually looking at me, smiling at me. That face. It took just 10 seconds. Not even in a different sentence. He's already like establishing very specific intervals of time. Oh my god. Give me a break. That face. It just took 10 seconds for it to etch itself into my brain for good. Okay. Okay, I'll say, what? He knows the interval of time it takes for an image to solidify itself in his brain. Sure. Ugh. Then the screen flickered with red static again, 3 times this time. And on the 3rd time, I heard the Kafka laugh. The Kafka laugh, and the red static, and the blue, and the eye, and the red eyes, and the glowing red dots, and the Kafka laugh, and the hyper-realistic fur. I am getting insane. I am going insane. Except this time, it sounded distorted. Demonic, even! Sure. I went back to the image again, except this time there was the text again, though it was messed up. But it was pretty much one of the most horrifying things I looked at since I had this game. I am God. Are you sure? Are you sure a piece of text is the most horrifying thing you've looked at since you booted up this game? Are you sure about that, buddy? Sure. It was when I read that message while looking at Sonic when it hit me. I realized right then and there. Oh, excuse me, right there and then, not right then and there. Okay. I need a soundboard. I need a demonic laugh as effect soundboard. I totally do. I need the Kafka laugh on a soundboard. This Sonic was a monster. Oh, you're only now realizing. A pure, evil, sadistic, all-powerful, nightmarish, demented monster. This is just Power Fantasy Part 2. And all of his victims, including Tails, Knuckles, Robotnik, and possibly Kyle, we don't know shit about Kyle, he hasn't even bothered to check up on Kyle, are just his little toys. And the game is the very gateway into his chaotic, nightmarish world, and the very hell his victims are trapped in. This is so corny, I'm glad you realize. I'm glad you're realizing this is the corniest of corns out there. Ugh. Suddenly, I need a moment. Suddenly, in an actual split second, I screamed. Sure. A Sonic lunged at the screen, screeching loudly with his mouth wide open to an unnatural length, revealing nothing but a literally spiraling abyss of pure darkness before the red static came again. This is just FNAF. This is just Five Nights at Sonic's. This time much louder and distorted, so loud that it hurt my ears. Turned down the volume. I yelled and grabbed my ears. Your ears? What is it with people grabbing ears? Okay, I yelled and grabbed my ears. In any case, you would be covering your ears, dude, not grabbing your ears, as the red static. Take a shot every time he says red static. Screeched for a good 7 seconds. 7 seconds! 7 seconds. Then it stopped and showed nothing but a black screen. As I sat there, staring at the black screen, one last text came up.
Ready for round 2, Tom?
The Kafka laugh. Take a shot every time he says the Kafka laugh. Now sounding more clear, as if Sonic was right behind me. Played again 3 times, as I looked at the text in shock and confusion. Oh my god, Sonic knows my name. Then I booted back to the main menu, and this time the third save file had a TV image of Robotnik in the same tormented stale as Tails and Knuckles. Robotnik's skin turned dull grey. His mustache dropped. his mustache dropped, of course. The scariest thing of all. And that blackened. His glasses broke and blood is coming from them. From the glasses? And he had a mere dead-like expression on his face. I am going actually insane. People say grabbing my ears is a synonym of covering my ears. I'm not sure about that. Really? Grabbing my ears sounds very weird though. Anyhow. Oh my god, we're almost done. We're almost done. I looked at Tails, I'm so excited. Knuckles and Robotnik, and I cried a bit. I cried. Oh my fucking god, they're dead. I pitied them for the agony they were going through. They were forever trapped within the game. Try restarting, dude. What? Forever tormented by that horrid hedgehog. That horrid hedgehog. And always will be. Then the computer shut itself off. Oh my god. I couldn't turn it back on no matter what I did. I sat there for maybe 25 seconds! Horrified by what had just happened. Sure, Sonic is the very embodiment of evil. Put that on a wall. He tortures people who play his game in more ways than one, and then when he gets bored, he drags you into the game. Literally drags you to hell. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. You're there. You're sitting on your chair. Just go outside! Nothing happened to you! Literally drags you to hell where he can play with you always as his toy. I think he likes it. I actually think he's liking it. I can't get the game out of my computer. I think it's stuck in there, but at least I managed to turn it back on now. After I sat there for 25 seconds. Again? Again? You sat there for another 25 seconds? After you managed to turn on your computer, you sat there again for 25 seconds? I heard a voice right behind me, like a whisper.
Try to keep this interesting for me, Tom.
I turned around to see where the voice came from, and what I saw made me scream. ... Sitting on my bed, ... staring right at me, ... was a Sonic plushie, smiling with bloodstains under his eyes. The fucking scariest thing of all. A Sonic fucking plushie with bloodstains under his eyes. Oh boy! Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't think I've actually read through this whole thing ever. I read like the beginning of it a couple of times, but never got through it. This has to be like the most anxiety-inducing thing I've ever read. And not like in a good way, not in like I'm actually genuinely scared, more in like I think I'm actually going insane. Like words don't make sense. Like the world doesn't make sense. That was fantastic. That was actually and the worst part is that this is not shitpost. And I am so excited to show you what we're about to read next, because this is not over. Sonic.exe is not over. Because we've got an author's note. An author's note. Response to this story being deleted. Okay, context. This thing, it was uploaded, I think, to the Creepypasta wiki, or I don't know which wiki, to a wiki. and the mods deleted it. And it was deleted for being too bad. Now remember, we're talking about creepypastas here. We just read Jeff the Killer. Jeff the Killer is considered a good creepypasta, with good quality, at least to like whatever criteria the mods of the Creepypasta Wiki use to judge their creepypastas. Sonic.exe was considered so terribly badly written that it was taken down. And the author of this monstrosity left a note, commented upon the fact. And now I'm going to read it to you. Please enjoy this dramatic reading of the author's note response to this story being deleted. Note: the original journal has since been deleted. You can find an archived version of it here, and this led to a link, but the link was broken, along with all the comments, at least the ones that weren't deleted by the author for being too negative. He was moderating his own comment section. I love to hear that. Alright. This is from the author's point of view, alright? Strap in. I deeply regret to inform you all that I received some bad news. The admins of the Creepypasta Wiki have finally decided to delete Sonic.exe off of the wiki on the grounds that it was badly written and had too many cliches and was a bad example of what should be a creepypasta. Bull friggin' horseshit! As you can see, I am furious with the fact that my masterpiece, which has won the hearts of millions and has made a massive impact on the internet, is being brought down by a bunch of jealous, arrogant, R-worded furry haters. But that does not mean I'm just going to sit down and take this lightly. Nope. They have been messing with the bull, and now they've called out the horns. Listen, everyone. I need your help with this. We are at war here. I want every Sonic.exe fan who is reading this to get the word out. I want you to tell every other Sonic.exe fan out there, every fanatic, every artist, every follower of my creation about this. Tell your friends who are also Sonic.exe fans, which nobody does. Nobody has friends that are into Sonic.exe. No. If you like Sonic.exe, you don't have friends. That includes me. Tell your friends who are also Sonic.exe fans if they have to. Tell them we have to keep the spirit of Sonic.exe alive. Make more fanart, make more videos, block the haters, praise Sonic.exe like you've never done before. Build websites dedicated to his greatness. Whatever you gotta do to keep him alive and strong, just do it! The deletion of Sonic.exe from the wiki is but a minor cut on our flower of greatness, my friends. And that cut has done nothing but further this spreading, and we are the pollen of this flower. We need to prepare for our victory over the haters. The haters need to bleed for their crimes. Rejoice, my fellow Sonic.exe fans, or a glorious little hellspawn shall have the laugh yet. This will be his ultimate victory. The absolute subjugation of the internet itself. Praise the Lord, Sonic.exe, praise the Lord. Glory be to his name. I told you this was going to be this. I've never read a piece of text more wonderful than this. This is fucking fantastic. Let's change every Sonic.exe instance in this piece of text with Cordelia.exe and spread the word, please. Cordelia copy pasta. This is so cult-coded. That is why I fuck with this so bad. I'm going to put my name in every instance of Sonic.exe, and I'm going to sell it on a t-shirt. This is fantastic. This is just... What? This shit had better writing than the story itself. It was so good. Like, I cannot believe a real person sat behind their computer and wrote this shit unironically and posted it. This is so fantastic, and I'm so happy that I got to read this for you all. I have no words. I have no words. I hope you enjoyed my dramatic reading of this. I hope I did it justice. I don't think I did, because you cannot bring justice with a mere reading to this fantastic piece of literature. But I hope I did good enough. Let's bring up the tier list, please. Let's bring this guy up, because I have to be honest, now it's the moment of truth. This Sonic.exe is definitely going into ironically gold. Now the question is it better than Jeff the Killer? Or is it worse than Jeff the Killer? We may all have our opinions about this. In my humble opinion, I think Sonic.exe is vastly superior to Jeff the Killer. Jeff the Killer actually leans into... Jeff the Killer reads like a 15-year-old try to write like an actually good story. And you know, it's funny, we haha, we giggle and we laugh, but it feels like the beginning of possibly someone that wants to try, you know, writing horror literature as a thing. You know, like a genuine attempt. Sonic.exe, I have no doubt that it was written genuinely, but it is so utterly ass, and it just reads like a Sonic fanboy that had like a power fantasy and plastered it down. This feels, you know, Jeff the Killer feels like a 13-year-old wrote it. Sonic.exe feels like a 43-year-old man wrote this shit. And that's, I think, what makes it vastly superior. And it actually drove me insane, so like, there's merit in that. Yeah. Rap battle Sonic.exe versus Jeff the Killer, and I assure you that already exists. People have surely done that, because if they haven't, I will. I'd say Sonic.exe is more in the spirit of a creepypasta than Jeff in terms of what's going on. Totally, yeah. So, I'm going to put Sonic over Jeff. Oh, I'm struggling. There we go. That was incredible. I'm so happy I got to read that. This was great. This was fantastic. Now, are we ready for our next text subject? I need some water because my throat is kind of killing me. I think the crash out is what makes Sonic better. It absolutely does. It adds so much to the feeling of it. It makes it so much better. It puts you in the boots of whatever maniac wrote this. It's internet gold. Like Jeff the Killer is close, but you know, like I said, Jeff feels like a genuine attempt by a kid. And of course, we cannot laugh at the stuff we did when we were teenagers. Sonic.exe is just in another level of ridiculous. A human adult wrote that. And it just makes it infinitely better. Alright, let's close this amazing chapter in our lives and head on to the next one. I think that depending on how fast I manage to read this one, we'll see if we do the other two. Because it's been a while and my throat is a little hurt. I should have warmed up before this. But whatever, I am a little dumb. Oof. Alright. Our next story that we're going to be reading today. Boom. Okay, I cannot actually look at the image. I have it up on the screen, but I'm not going to look at it. Why? Maybe it's like a dog-to-dog connection. this image freaks me out so bad. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about Smile Dog. It just freaks me out so bad. This image specifically. The other one, which is like, oh god, I just looked at it. The other one, which is like even more exaggerated and more demonic. I honestly haven't researched which one is like the quote-unquote official one. I think it's this one, but the other one, which is even more exaggerated, is not as scary to me. But this one is just like the perfect amount of creepy, I think. Like it actually creeps me the fuck out. It actually creeps me the fuck out. So let's get this off my site right now. I don't know, I think we all have, you know, creepypastas are usually associated with an image, like the iconic image. And I think everyone has one image that they are actually scared of. You know, whether it be, I know a lot of people are actually really creeped out by Jeff the Killer, like the Jeff the Killer image. I don't really mind it, especially when you think about the fact that he is 13 years old or around that age in that picture. But to me, the actually scary image out of the creepypasta roster is this fucking demonic thing. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. Anyway, Cordelia is scared by Smile Dog. Yeah, I am.
What about it?
Is the human teeth? It is. It's also the hand in the background. And it's like the perfect amount of oh my god, I'm spoiling the end again. It's like the perfect amount of creepy, I think. Where it's not like so over the top, but it's pretty over the top. You know, it's creepy. It's creepy. It's creepy and I hate it. Oof.
Let's get to it.
I understand why you don't like it. It actually looks like something that you could encounter and that could attack you in the dark. Of course, it looks like a nightmare. Like something that you would actually have as a nightmare. You know, something that you could dream of. It feels like that. Alright, Smile Dog is not that long. Oh, you cannot see the scroll bar actually, but it's actually quite short. Not short, but you know, it doesn't drag on a Sonic.exe. So, let's get to it. Before a deep breath. Before we all take a deep breath and a swing of our water. Are we all ready? Let's get to it. Smile Dog. I first met in person with Mary E. in the summer of 2007. I had arranged with her husband of 15 years, Terrence, to see her for an interview. Mary had initially agreed, since I was not a newsman, but rather an amateur writer gathering information. Is OBS right? Yeah, it is. Okay. Mary had initially agreed, since I was not a newsman, but rather an amateur writer gathering information for a few early college assignments and, if all went according to plan, some pieces of fiction. We scheduled the interview for a particular weekend when I was in Chicago on unrelated business, but at the last moment, Mary changed her mind and locked herself in the couple's bedroom, refusing to meet with me. For half an hour, I sat with Terrence as we camped outside the bedroom door. I listened. I listening and taking notes while he attempted fruitlessly to calm his wife. Okay, really good start. The things Mary said made little sense, but fit with the pattern I was expecting. Though I could not see her, I could tell from her voice that she was crying, and more often than not, her objections to speaking with me centered around an incoherent diatribe on her dreams, her nightmares. Terrence apologized profusely when we ceased the exercise, and I did my best to take it in stride. Recall that I wasn't a reporter in search for a story, but merely a curious young man in search of information. So a reporter. Kinda. Besides, I thought at the same time that I could perhaps find another similar case if I put my mind and resources to it. Mary E. was the psyop of a small Chicago-based... parentheses. Is it Chicago? Like Chicago or Chicago? Like Chicago? I actually don't know. I actually don't know if it's Chicago or Chicago. I'm going to go with Chicago. But I actually don't know. You let me know. Mary E. was the psyop of a small Chicago-based bulletin board system in 1992 when she first encountered smile.jpg, and her life changed forever. She and Terrace had been married for only 5 months. Mary was one of an estimated 400 people who saw the image when it was posted as a hyperlink on the BBS, though she is the only one who has spoken openly about the experience. The rest have remained anonymous or perhaps dead. Incredibly beginning, okay? Chicago? Okay, cool. Got it. Thank you. This is actually turning out to be a great read, okay? I'm having fun. I'm having fun in the good way. She can go where? Where can she go? In 2005, when I was only in 10th grade, smile.jpg was first brought to my attention by my burgeoning... Your what? Your burgeoning interest in web-based phenomena. Oh, like me. Reading creepypastas, kind of the same thing. Mary was the most what? Mary was the most often cited victim of what is sometimes referred to as smile.dog. The being smile.jpg is reputed to display. What caught my interest, other than the obvious macabre elements of the cyber legend and my proclivity towards such things, okay, kind of fancy writing, I'm having a hard time, was the sheer lack of information, usually to the point that people don't believe it even exists other than a rumor or hoax. It is unique because though the entire phenomenon centers on a picture file, that file is nowhere to be found on the internet. Certainly, many photo-manipulated simulacra. Okay, dude. Okay, come on. Okay. Sure, you're like a young journalist or like a journaling aficionado. I don't think we need to use such fancy words to describe a picture of a dog. Like photo-manipulated simulacra. But I appreciate the eloquence. Especially after I just read Sonic.exe, but come on. Make it a little easier on myself, please. I'm having a hard time. Certainly many photo-manipulated simulacra litter the web, showing up with the most frequency on sites such as the image board 4chan. Oh god. 4chan mentioned, particularly the X-focused paranormal subboard. It is suspected there are fakes, because they do not have the effect the true smile.jpg is believed to have. Namely, sudden onset temporal lobe epilepsy and acute anxiety. Okay, second year English major vibes. It is fancy writing, but I will take this anytime over suddenly and anyway. And 15 to 2 to 3 to 4 seconds. This purported? Okay, this purported reaction in the viewer is one of the reasons the phantom-like smile.jpg is regarded with such disdain, since it's patently absurd. Still, depending on whom you ask, the reluctance to acknowledge smile.jpg's existence, this word, specifically smile.jpg, really throws me off. I know it's like the name of the file, but saying it is kind of tough. Maybe it's because I'm ESL, but whatever. That's just me. The reluctance to acknowledge smile.jpg's existence might be, but as much out of fear as it is out of disbelief. Okay, I'm having a tough time, but for different reasons. Bro has an English degree and said I'm gonna use the whole degree. Damn right, dude. He's throwing in every word he knows. And I like it. I actually like it. It's very eloquent. Neither smile.jpg. I think like the eloquence of it gives us a good like read on his personality per se. But then again, this is a story about a picture of a dog. Neither smile.jpg nor smiledog is mentioned anywhere in Wikipedia, though the website features articles on such other, perhaps more scandalous shock sites such as Redacted, Hello.jpg, or oh my god, actually though, 2 Girls, 1 Cup. I just got jump scared by 2 Girls, 1 Cup. I was not expecting this to be mentioned in my Smile Dog story. So wait, Smile Dog is older than 2 Girls, 1 Cup? That doesn't feel right. Anyway, Smile Dog. Damn right. Any attempt to create a page pertaining to smile.jpg is summarily deleted by any of the encyclopedia's many admins. Okay. Encounters with smile.jpg are the stuff of internet legend. Mary E's story is not unique. There are unverified rumors of smile.jpg showing up in the early days of Usenet. Oh wow. And even one persistent late tale that in 2002 a hacker flooded the forums of humor and satire website Something Awful. Oh my god, we're name dropping so many sites that I don't want to think about. With a deluge of Smile Dog pictures, rendering almost half the forum's users at the time epileptic. Oh shit. It is also said that in the mid to late 90s, Smile.jpg circulated on Usenet as an attachment of a chain email with subject line, "Smile, God loves you." Yet, despite the huge exposure these stunts would generate, there are very few people who admit to having experienced any of them, and no trace of the file or any links has ever been discovered. Those who claim to have seen Smile.jpg, yeah, pronounced that right. Yeah, smile.jpg, often weakly joke that they were far too busy to save a copy of the picture to their hard drive. However, all alleged victims offer the same description of the photo. Here we go, guys. A dog-like creature, usually described as appearance similar to a Siberian husky, illuminated by the flash of the camera, sitting in a dim room, the only background detail that is visible being a human hand extending from the darkness near the left side of the frame. The hand is empty, but is usually described as beckoning. Of course, most attention is given to the dog, or dog creature, as some victims are more certain than others about what they claim to have seen. The muzzle of the beast is reputedly split in a wide grin, revealing 2 rows of very white, very straight, very sharp, very human-looking teeth. I love this description of the image. I actually really do love it, and I love how, like, it takes them a while to get to the description. Like, they first give you the description of what the image does and how it spreads and what it, does to people and all the mystery behind it, and only then they describe it. I think that's just like, that's nice. I think a lot of people would have been tempted to first describe the image and then tell you what it does, but I think doing it like this makes it creepier. There's a hand. There is indeed a hand, my friend. Let me show it to you. Whoop! You see this here? Oh wait, I can't. Okay, this right there, this right here that I'm pointing to you with my nose. This is supposed to be a hand. The image is actually really dark. At least this specific rendition of it, so you can't actually really see it, but there's a hand. You can barely make it out. Yeah. Let me just put this demonic thing back in the corner of the screen because I don't want to look at it. Yeah, I just wanted to say I like the description of the image. I think it's very well done. Especially, I like this last line. I like the repetition of the word very. It's like actually, purposeful, unlike suddenly, and unlike anyway, and unlike red and black eyes, like we've read before. This is, of course, not a description given immediately after viewing the picture, but rather a recollection of the victims, who claim to have seen the picture endlessly repeated in their mind's eye during the time they are, in reality, having epileptic fits. These fits are reported to continue indeterminately, often while the victims sleep, resulting in very vivid and disturbing nightmares. These may be treated with medication, though in some cases it is more effective than others. Mary E., I assumed, was not on effective medication. That was why after my visit to her apartment in 2007, I sent out feelers to... I sent feelers? What's a feeler? I sent out feelers to several folklore and human legend-oriented news groups, websites, and mailing lists, hoping to find the name of a supposed victim of Smile.jpg who felt more interested in talking about their experiences. For a while, nothing happened, and at length I forgot completely about my pursuits, since I had begun my freshman year of college and was quite busy. Mary contacted me via email. Oh my god. However, near the beginning of March 2008. I'm actually having fun reading a creepypasta. Like genuine, not like hee hee haha, this is ironically good. Like this is actually a nice read. I'm having fun. Not enough descriptions of bloodstains underneath its eyes, inferior to Sonic.exe. Well, we're getting there. To jml@something.com from marye.something.net. Subject: last summer's interview. Dear Mr. L, I am incredibly sorry about my behavior last summer when you came to interview me. Okay, everyone in this universe just speaks fancy talk. Cool. Everyone likes being incredibly eloquent in their emails, apparently. I appreciate it. I hope you understand that it was no fault of yours, but rather my own problems that led me to act out as I did. I realized that I could have handled the situation more decorously. However, I hope you will forgive me. At the time, I was afraid. You see, for 15 years I have been haunted by Smile.jpg. Smile Dog comes to me in my sleep every night. I know that sounds silly, but it is true. There is an ineffable quality about my dreams, my nightmares, that makes them completely unlike any real dreams I've ever had. I do not move and do not speak. I simply look ahead, and the only thing ahead of me is the scene from that horrible picture. I see the beckoning hand, and I see Smile Dog. It talks to me. It is not a dog, of course, though I am not quite sure what it really is. It tells me it will leave me alone if only I do as it asks. All I must do, it says, is spread the word. That is how it phrases its demands, and I know exactly what it means. It wants me to show it to someone else. And I could. The week after my incident, I received in the mail a manila envelope with no return address. Inside was only a 3/2 inch. Is that right? A 3/2 inch. Sure, a 3/2 inch floppy diskette. Without having to check, I knew precisely what was on it. I knew precisely what was on it. She's fancy. They all speak fancy. I'm noticing now that I'm actually doing a fancy voice, and I haven't even noticed. The fanciness is getting to me. I thought for a long time about my options. I could show it to a stranger, a co-worker. I could even show it to Terrence, as much as the idea disgusted me. And what would happen then? Well, if Smile Dog kept his word, I could sleep. But if it lied, what could I do? What would I do? And who was to say something worse would not come for me if I did as the creature asked? So I did nothing for 15 years, though I kept this cat hidden among my things. Every night, for 15 years, Smile Dog has come to me in my sleep and demanded that I spread the word. For 15 years, I have stood strong, though there have been hard times. Many of my fellow victims on the BBS board where I first encountered Smile.jpg stopped posting. I heard some of them committed suicide. Others remained completely silent, simply disappearing off the face of the web. They are the ones I worry about the most. I sincerely hope you will forgive me, Mr. L. But last summer, when you contacted me and my husband about an interview, I was near my breaking point. I decided I was going to give you the floppy diskette. I did not care if Smile Dog was lying or not, I wanted it to end. You were a stranger, someone I had no connection with, and thought I would not feel sorrow when you took the diskette as part of your research and sealed your fate. Before you arrived, I realized what I was doing. Plotting to ruin your life. I cannot stand the thought, and in fact, I still cannot. I am ashamed, Mr. L, and I hope that this warning will dissuade you from further investigation of Smile.jpg. You may, in time, encounter someone who is, If not weaker than I, then wholly more depraved. Someone who will not hesitate to follow Smile Dog's orders. Stop while you're still whole. Sincerely, Mary E.
Damn! Alright!
Alright, I like that. I like that. I like that. That's nice. I like that. I'm having fun. Let's read the email that he sent her back, please. Because I'm getting so into it. Oh wait, no, we don't have an email yet. We have this bit. Terrence contacted me later that month with the news that his wife had killed her. Let's read that again. Terrence contacted me later that month with the news that his wife had killed herself. While cleaning up the various things she'd left behind, closing email accounts and the like, he happened upon the above message. He was a man in shambles. He wept as he told me to listen to his wife's advice. He'd found a diskette, he revealed, and burned it until it was nothing but a stinking pile of blackened plastic. The part that most disturbed him, however, was how the diskette had hissed as it melted, like some sort of animal, he said. I will admit that I was a little uncertain about how to respond to this. At first, I thought perhaps it was a joke, with the couple belatedly playing with the situation in order to get a rise out of me. A quick check of several Chicago newspapers' online obituaries, however, proved that Mary E. was indeed dead. There was, of course, no mention of suicide in the article. I decided that, for a time at least, I would not further pursue the subject of smile.jpg, especially since I had finals coming up at the end of May. I feel that, okay, I feel that. It was actually kind of funny. Okay, I cannot deal with this demonic dog picture kind of thing. I have exams to attend to. I totally get it. But the world has odd ways of testing us. Almost a full year after I'd returned from a disastrous interview with Mary E., I received another email. To jml@something.com from Elsahir82@something.com. Subject, smile. Hello. I found your email address through a mailing list. Your profile said you're interested in Smile Dog. I have saw it. It is not bad as everyone says. I have sent it to you here. Just spread in the word, smiley face. This is intentional. Intentional bad spelling. We love to see that, especially after the past monstrosity. Very intentional, very nice, really like it. This is how people actually sometimes send emails. I like that, Picasso. The final line chilled me to the bone. According to my email client, there was one file attachment called, naturally, smile.jpg. I considered downloading it for some time. It was mostly likely a fake, I imagined, and even if it weren't, I was never wholly convinced of smile.jpg's peculiar powers. Mary E.'s account had shaken me, yes, but she was probably mentally unbalanced anyway. Okay, mentally unbalanced. Okay, dude, chill. After all, how could a simple image do what smile.jpg was set to accomplish? What sort of creature was it that could break one's mind with only the power of the eye? And if such things were painfully absurd, then why did the legend exist at all? If I downloaded the image, if I looked at it, and if Mary turned out to be correct, if Smile Dog came to me in my dreams demanding I spread the word, what would I do? Would I live my life as Mary had, fighting against the urge to give in until I died? Or would I simply spread the word, eager to be put to rest? And if I chose the latter route, how could I do it? Whom would I burn in turn? If I went through with my earlier intention to write a short article about smile.jpg, I decided I could attach it as evidence. And anyone who read the article, anyone who took interest, would be affected. And even assuming the smile.jpg attached to the email was genuine, would I be capricious enough to save myself in that manner? Could I spread the word? Yes. Yes, I could. Okay. And now, if you were reading this on an actual site, the image would pop up, but I'm dumb and I decided to paste the whole story into Notepad. And then I forgot, oh wait, you cannot put images in Notepad. So I just put, in parentheses, insert image of Doug, which is how you would actually read the thing, and this thing would pop out right here at the bottom.
And that is just fantastic, I think. I fucked up the formatting of the story. I'm so sorry about that.
But that is just really fucking cool. That is... Okay, hear me out. If you were just, you know, browsing whatever corners of the internet you like to browse, and you came across this thing without knowing what it was, and you read the whole thing, and you scrolled down to the bottom and saw the image of the Doug, I think you would be actually pissing your pants, like for real pissing your pants. I think this is fucking amazing. I genuinely think this is so incredible peak. Exactly, my words, exactly. It is actually like a genuinely good read. And a genuinely good read creepypasta. A genuinely good creepypasta. Like, I can totally see this being copied and pasted fucking everywhere in the internet and giving everyone a heart attack. I have no words, this is actually really good. My only issue is that it's like a little too eloquent. I don't feel like people talk like this naturally. It's a little, you know, but it's a journalist, I guess. But it's great, it's fantastic. It is actually a fantastic read. And I'm going to be putting Smile Dog into actually good tier. It is genuinely, I would even dare say, in like terms of actually good reads, out of all the creepypastas that I've read, Smile Dog is actually my favorite.
I love that.
I love that. I love that. I actually, you know, talking about good creepypastas, I haven't read Candle Cove yet. And I don't know anything about it actually. And I think that would be like a really good read to read sometime, but I think it's kind of actually really long. So maybe I should dedicate a whole different stream to that one. But I would actually love to read it. I would actually love to read good, genuinely good and intentional creepypastas. But I think this was great. I love this. I love Smile Dog. It's my favorite creepypasta. In terms of like the read itself. Actually good. Cordelia, have you read those Korean comics that could animate and had real scare jumps while you scrolled? I did, and I read them as a kid, like without knowing anything about them. Those were fucking scary. Those were really scary. I loved those. I couldn't really read it on stream because I think, you know, I already know what's coming up. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. I love them. Thank you, Ice Cube, for the, is that blue? Turquoise super chat. Thank you. Truly peak article. Absolutely. It is great. I'm standing up and I'm applauding it. Thank you, Smile Dog, for being a great read. Actually, you cannot hear my claps. Clap. There we go. ASMR, you're watching Candle Cove with me. Really loud screams. That would be fun. For a joke ASMR, that would be fun. The person who wrote this is actually competent. They are. They actually knew what they were doing. And I love them for that. They did an amazing job. It's genuinely such a good read. And if I knew anyone that had never read this thing, I would send them over to them without no previous warning, no nothing. I would love to get their reaction. That was fun. That was 10 out of 10. Creepypasta read. Alright. Let's see. We're 3 hours in. I actually have Jane the Killer next on the line of reads, but Jane the Killer is actually kind of long. And I'm actually kind of tired. Jane the Killer is actually longer than Sonic.exe and longer than Jeff the Killer. So I don't think I'm going to be making it through that one today because it's really long. I know it's funny, or at least I hope it is, but today is not the day. I'm getting a little tired, but I have one last one that we can read through since it's really fucking short. I think I got the right one. I'm actually kind of worried because it's very short. But it is short. And the short story that we're going to be closing this session today with, boom, the Jack with no eyes. Eyeless Jack with no eyes. The guy that has no eyes and is blue. We're gonna be reading this one next. And we're going to be leaving Jane the Killer for a future occasion. I know it's funny because I've read the like first couple of paragraphs of it, just to check that it would actually be good for the stream, and I think it's hilarious. I already think it's hilarious, but it is too long, so we're going to be leaving it for a future occasion. And today, right now, we're going to be reading Jackless Eye. Question, Madame Cult Leader. Yes, speak, child. Are you okay with people gifting you games on Steam? And subsequent question, if you are, what's your Steam? Oh, interesting question. Perhaps not something that I could answer right now on stream, but interesting. I will think about it. And give you an answer. I like free things after all. Just kidding. All right, let's read this thing before I get too tired. Eyeless Jack, plus it's really short. What you're seeing on screen right now, this is it. There's nothing more than this. Alright, let's begin with Eyeless Jack. Hello, my name is Mitch. Hi, Mitch! I'm here to tell you guys about an experience I had. I don't know if it was paranormal or whatever stupid words people use to describe supernatural phenomena. Okay, weird opening, but sure. But after that thing visited me, I believe in that paranormal trash. Coma, now. Well, not coma. Colon? What do you call this thingy? That little thingy, what do you call it? Is it colon or coma? I don't know. A week after I moved in with my brother Edwin. Oh my god, his name is Edwin. He made the mimic! It was difficult to put the pieces together. A week after I moved in with my brother Edwin, after my house was foreclosed, I finished unpacking. Edwin liked the idea of me moving in since we had not seen each other after 10 years, so I was excited too. As soon as I soon fell asleep after I moved in. After that 1 week, I heard rustling noises coming from outside at about 1 in the morning. I thought it was a raccoon, so I ignored it and tried to fall asleep. The next morning, I told Edwin about it and he agreed. Okay, it's not that pretty of a read, but it does read like someone who's just typing some bullshit out on Reddit, you know? And I think that's the purpose of this story. It's like a guy telling something that happened to him once, so I actually think it kind of works. You know, he's not very eloquent and fluent, but who is over on Reddit? The next night, however, I thought I heard my window opening and a loud thump, as if something entered my room. I darted up and looked around my room, but I saw nothing. The next morning, Edwin dropped his coffee cup when he saw me. Oh my god, not his coffee cup! He held up a nearby mirror and I saw myself. I had a large gash in my left cheek. Ouch! That hurt. After I was rushed to the hospital. Okay, wait, so he actually bothered to hold up a mirror in front of him to show him that his face was hurt before rushing him to the hospital. Wouldn't you think he'd just like take him to the hospital and tell him, hey, you have a gash on your face, let's fucking go. Anyway, my doctor told me that I must have been sleepwalking and self-harmed, what? But then he showed me something that made my blood turn cold. He lifted up my shirt to reveal a sewn-up incision where my kidneys were. Both of them? On both sides? And actually, hold up. If I am not mistaken, he doesn't really specify if it's on the front of him or at the back of, you know, on his stomach or on his back. But if I am not mistaken, you access the kidneys through the back, not through the front, which is what I think is being implied here. And I think that's correct. But they shouldn't be on the front, I think. I don't know. Ask Jack. I started in his eyes. Oh, right, typo. Respectable Reddit story. My eyes widening. You somehow lost your left kidney last night. Somehow. Okay, it's not both. It's just one of them. The left one, but sure. You somehow lost your left kidney. Somehow. I don't know how fucking how, but I don't know, dude. It's missing. We don't know how, though. Sorry, Mitch. Sorry, Mitch. A bummer, dude. My doctor told me. What a... Okay. The next night was my breaking point. You should already be at your breaking point if you realize that you're missing a kidney, dude. But alright. Around midnight, I woke up to see a truly horrifying sight. I was staring face to face with a creature with a black hoodie and dark blue mask with no nose or mouth staring down at me. The thing that scared me the most was that it had no eyes, just empty black sockets. The creature also had some black substance dripping from its sockets. I grabbed the camera nearby on a mantle and took a picture. Oh, sure. The thing we all would do in this situation and not just start kicking. Grabbing your camera, taking a picture. Nearby the mantle and took a picture. After the picture took... Okay. The creature lunged at me. I like how the creature waited for the picture to be taken before lunging at him. You know, take my picture, make sure I look nice, I will kill you now. And at me and tried to claw open my chest to get to my lungs. Weird assumption, but cool. I stopped it by kicking it in the face. There we go. As I ran out of my room, I grabbed my wallet. Why? I would need the money for what? Okay, grab your wallet. Definitely don't grab your phone to call someone. I ran out of my brother's house into the night. Oh, don't warn him. Don't call out to your brother. Just grab your wallet and ditch. You're the coolest dude ever. Mitch. Fuck you, Mitch. I eventually ended in the woods near Edwin's house and tripped on a rock. Hit my head. What? I fell unconscious and woke up in the hospital. Oh, he actually did. My doctor entered the room, the same who treated me before. I have good news and bad news, Mitch. My doctor started. The good news is that you had minor injuries. Oh, cool. And your parents are going to pick you up. Thanks, Dad. I sighed in relief. The bad news is that your brother has been killed. Award to the best doctor. Please bring out the best doctor award. This guy is great. Good news, you're just a little bit hurt. Bad news, your brother is fucking dead. And he was eaten. He was killed by something. Sorry. Whoops. Teehee. My bad. Worst doctor of all time. Now let's give him an award to Mitch for the worst brother ever and to this doctor for worst doctor ever. Everyone in this story sucks, basically. My parents took me back to Edwin's house to collect my remaining belongings, which I did. Upon entering my room, I was scared, but remained calm. Dude, you're entering a crime scene, be careful. I grabbed my camera, then stopped dead in my tracks. In the hallway leading to my room, I saw Edwin's body. Oh, it's still there! Okay, the police didn't take it, it's still fucking there in the floor. Cool. And something small lying next to it. I picked up the small thing. Okay, disturbing the crime scene. I like that. Picked the small thing and entered my parents' car, not mentioning Edwin's corpse. Okay, sure. Dick move, but sure. I looked at the thing I had picked up and nearly vomited. I was holding my stolen half-eaten kidney with some black substance on it. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. Police, let's check. What the fuck? Okay. I appreciate that it was brief and that it didn't drag on for like 11 pages. Yeah, Jack was just hungry. He wanted a snack. What's wrong with that? Totally. Okay. Worst brother ever, worst doctor ever. Sorry, dude, your brother's dead. Good news though, you're not that beaten up. Alright. I don't know what to say about this one, okay? I haven't read this one before, actually. It's my first time reading this one. It wasn't really funny. It's not ironically gold. It wasn't really funny. It didn't make me giggle. But it wasn't boring. I wouldn't say it was boring. It had some moments of interest, you know? I will put it in average. That was like a very, very, very unclimactic way to end the stream, wasn't it? This story wasn't really good. Boring 100%? Yeah, you could say it was boring, but at the very least, like, it was short. I cannot blame it, you know? If it was longer, it would have been a lot more tedious and I would have put it in boring, but okay, like, it's average. Not really good, not really bad. I'll take it. All right, and that would finalize this this reading session. We're done. These are the final results for today. There was a genuine attempt. Yeah, I can tell there was a genuine attempt. Like, the person kind of like, I don't know. It feels like they woke up in the middle of the night and they were like, oh, I have a good idea for a creepypasta. Let me just write it down, put it on Reddit, and go back to sleep. And this appeared. So, like, it could have been polished a little bit more. It could have been a little bit scarier, but I like the concept of it, and they made like a really good character out of it. Although, to be honest, I'm not sure if this one's the original one, because I know there's another version of Eyeless Jack in which he's like a war veteran. Jag, that is, and something happened, I don't know. There's two versions. If I find the other version, it shouldn't be too hard, but if I find the other version and I find it interesting enough to read, we'll just have like Eyeless Jack 0.0 and Eyeless Jack 0.1, and we'll have two versions to judge. He just lost a kidney, so nothing too bad, and I guess his brother, yeah. And I love the fact that he walked up to his brother's corpse, grabbed something out of his hand, and only realized what he had grabbed after he got in the car. You know? I think that if you grabbed a kidney, you would notice. Could have used a couple of revisions, you know? Could have used a better reader to go like, yeah, it doesn't really make sense, dude. Well, let's improve on some parts, you know? Feels like a draft to something better. But it's not painfully bad. I'd say average, you know? We are judging creepypastas after all. We do not have to be that, you know, tasteful. It's creepypastas, dude. Come on. There's worse things than Eyeless Jack, I think. So, a painful average. And that's it. He did not want to sleep. That's right. He didn't have a catchphrase. That lowers his score, I think. I think every creepypasta deserves a catchphrase, you know? Jeff the Killer has his, you know, I'm going to Jeff the Kill You. Sonic... Sonic.exe's catchline is the whole author's note, I think. And then Smile Dog, well, Smile Dog is in a league of its own, I think. VTuber creepypastas when? Oh, I have it. You gave me an idea, actually. You gave me an idea. I'm going to cook it up and we'll see what comes out of it. Alright, can't wait to see what will actually end up in boring. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe there's something even more terrible out there. But I think we can put Eyeless Jack in like an average and have it like a kind of like point of reference to all the creepypastas that we're going to be reading in the future, hopefully. If you guys like it. Did you like it? I hope you did. Thank you, thank you. I have such a hard time reading usernames. Cool Curse. For the turquoise super chat. Thank you for the super. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for learning English to read this. Oh. Wow, thanks. Yeah. I kinda did learn English because of my online presence. You know, when I was a kid, and part of that online presence was reading creepypastas, so they definitely helped me get motivated to learn English. So yeah, you can thank Jeff the Killer for me knowing English. At least partially. Oh, right. It is time for me to get up and stretch my back because my butt hurts from sitting down for so long. I should get a cushion for this chair, to be honest. I mean, it already has a cushion, but maybe like a second cushion because my butt is hurting. So I'm going to go, I'm going to stretch out, I'm going to eat something because I am dying of hunger. And I think that's also why I'm feeling a little lightheaded, is because I only ate a salad. And I think that's not nutritious enough for this hot-ass body that I have. It is not nutritious enough to provide me with the energy that I needed to read Sonic.exe, so now I'm about to faint, I think. I'm just kidding, I'm doing good. A little lightheaded, but I'll go take a break, eat something, and chill out, and go to pee already again, because I drank 2 bottles of water while reading these whole things. And now my tank is full, and I need to go to pee. I like Smile Dog, but I mainly like having Cordy stream today, so no matter what it was, thank you, you make me blush, you expect more. Expect more. Go wait now, yeah, I'm going, shut up, I'm saying my goodbyes. Give me a moment, dude, shut up. Also, wanted to let you guys know, I moved tomorrow's stream. Tomorrow we were supposed to be playing, what was it? Disco Elysium. We were supposed to be playing Disco Elysium tomorrow, but I have business to attend to at that time. So it's been moved to Friday. So I will be seeing you on Friday, hopefully. Very chill stream, take care. I wouldn't call it a chill stream. I mean, from Smile Dog onwards, yeah, I guess it was a chill stream. You know, Jeff the Killer and Sonic.exe were not chill reads, at least not for me. I had a terrible time reading those, but in the best way possible. Go to pee. It's my new catchphrase. I have go to pee. Alright, I'll see you on Friday then. Also, I wanted to let you know, next week, probably, if the stars align and everything is good, I should be doing an ASMR stream. Yeah, you guys like those, don't you? I'm going to be doing a kinda silly ASMR stream in which I'm reading tarot. And you know the fun part about a reading tarot stream is that I don't know how to read tarot, but I do have the cards. So look forward to that. I'm actually going to be reading you guys' tarot. You will ask me questions and I will answer them in ASMR and I will make shit up. I hope that is fun. Hopefully that will be next week. If my calculus, if my prediction is not incorrect, I should be streaming that next week. We're getting back on the ASMR grind. Slowly but surely. Alright, I will be seeing you on Friday. I hope you had fun. I definitely did. I wanted to do this for a long time. So I'm glad it's finally out of my bucket list. And we'll do more. I promise we'll do more. And we'll read through more creepypastas. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye. Bye bye.